generation. With our support, Gensa Energy is delivering sustainable energy that powers Goldfields operations, helping them move closer to cleaner, greener mining. This is a story of how we bring businesses together, create jobs, empower communities, and invest in the next generation. Stanbic Bank, delivering sustainable growth, creating impact. To learn more, visit stanbicbank.com.gh.
Citi 97.3 FM. Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
There can be no other 97.3. No need to change. Keep it tuned to Citi. Your number one. Don't look no further. We've got it all covered. Citi FM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, my neighbor.
Good morning to life.
Good morning.
Music, talk, inspiration, in perspective.
Express yourself. Good morning, my neighbor.
Citi FM, your station.
It's a refreshing lifestyle.
Citi FM 97.3.
Yes, Sonaribo.
City 97.3.
Accra.
Yes.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Can you be on your feet and dance with us? Onyami Kogroko.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Onyami Kogroko. Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? Hey! Onyami Kogroko. I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know you are guiding me. Where you lead me, Lord, I will go. I have no fear 'cause I know who's in control. Yes, it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. You're my
This is the City Breakfast Show.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
When Jesus says yes, nobody, nobody, nobody. Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. When Jesus says yes, what's it gonna leave me alone? When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. When Jesus says yes, nobody, nobody, nobody. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
29 after 6 Friday morning, January 23, 2026. Good morning to you. Welcome to a brand new day, a brand new opportunity, a clean state, a clean slate. Team Eternity with their wonderful medley starting our Friday morning. Welcome to our favorite dial, 97.3 Citi FM. This is the Citi Breakfast Show. My name is Caleb Kuda. We have for you Business Sense, which is a thought-provoking session to kickstart your day. We'll bring you the news review shortly, letting you in on all that has been making the rounds in the news. We'll bring you business sports, highlights of them in segments. We'll bring you the business edition, a collection of thought-provoking conversations we've had on Effective Living series this morning. As ever, it's an interactive show. We do this with you. 0539 986 996. Let's keep it engaging. We highlight your concerns. We speak your mind. We make Ghana the agenda. That is why you've made us your number one. Thank you. Let's keep growing and together, stronger and better. Because you and I know that growth is not a mere function of the passing time. Growth is a function of an intentional use of passing time. Growth is not a mere function of the passing time. Growth is a function of an intentional use of passing time. So you could be at the same spot for 10 years and say, I have grown here. But the point is, you have not grown in what happens there. So you need to be intentional about your growth. People who will grow this year know that they cannot be all things to all people at all times. So they are not people pleasers. If you have to grow, you have to learn not to be a people pleaser. You cannot be all things to all people at the same time. So you need to manage your resources, manage your time, manage your attention. Know which fights to pick. Not everything is worth your attention. Don't spend all your day on social media looking for who has insulted you and you want to reply, or the latest gist in time. 2016 will come and pass you by and you wouldn't have grown. Now, people who will grow in 2016 know that change is important and they have to embrace change, adapt to change, or they will be left behind. Business Sense is brought to you by Stanbic Bank. Let's grow together, people. Some see challenges, we see opportunities. Others spot risk, we unlock value. At Stanbic Corporate and Investment Banking, we partner with businesses driving Ghana and Africa's growth. Our favorite word this morning, growth. Listen, from energy to mining, infrastructure to trade, we finance the ideas and enterprises that empower economies. Our partnerships with market leaders in the energy, trade, and mining sectors prove that when ambition meets expertise, growth is inevitable. So call us 0302-815-789. Speak to our CIB team or visit stanbicbank.com.gh. Get started. Stanbic Corporate and Investment Banking, driving growth, creating sustainable impact. And Team Eternity, we love to grow with you. We see you, we see your growth, we love it. We celebrate you this morning. Join us today on a journey of growth.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
We're getting into the newspaper review. Adego Come is the song you are hearing by Jidu. Man Jidu. Now, the news review is brought to you by Total Energies. After dirty December comes dry January. Don't let your engine suffer because of a tight budget. At Total Energies, we day for you. That's why we have significantly reduced our lubricant prices. For instance, your favorite 4-liter Quartz 9000 SAE 5W40, which was 118 Ghana cedis, is 107 cedis 50 pesos. Your 5-liter Quartz 900 Future 0W20, which was 148 cedis, is now 134 Ghana cedis. And 4-liter Rubia Fleet HD 415W40, which was 80 Ghana cedis, is now 42 cedis 50 pesos. Top quality means great savings. You won't get these prices anywhere, so rush to any Total Energy station nationwide. Enjoy premium quality engine oils, transmission fluids, and coolants at significantly lower prices. Remember that balance you save off can buy Davies Gobet for the rest of the year. Choose Total Energies, choose quality. It's a Friday, and my man Richard De La Sky is right here.
Yeah, my brother.
My Lord, oh my God.
Roji
is an old bicycle,
yeah.
So there's no fear.
Oh, not at all. Wherever you go, you go reach.
You get the experience.
Oh, no matter how long it takes.
Mountain top valley is like, we go come.
Hey,
absolutely. Richard De La Sky, how are you doing this morning?
Actually, we did the system.
Fantastic, great. So we jump into the news review.
Exactly.
Yeah, this morning you and I.
Yes. Let's do this.
What do you got?
Yeah, let me take you to the Ghanaian Times for this morning. The big story talks about the Accra reset in Davos, Switzerland. President Mahama calls for African unity to spark renaissance.
Right.
Medical examination before visa mandatory for Hajj 2026 pilgrims, and then also a story here that says 5 MPP presidential aspirants signed pact to accept results. Some other stories talk about other things, and I'll be telling you about them.
Kakra is in without her glasses. I almost said Audrey. Good morning, Kakra.
Good morning, Caleb. And I'll take you to the Daily Guide newspaper. The front page stories: MPP flag bearer raise, candidates sign peace agreement. There are other stories: peace not accidental. And that's according to the minority leader Afenyo Marking. Also, Mustafa Hamid drops fight against OSP charges, and I believe Oforiata will return. That's according to Gabi Ochredako.
Let me take you to the Chronicle. Police reject $20,000 cocaine bribe. Arrest suspect transporting substance with some 1 million Ghana cedis in Nigerian registered vehicle. Wow, this is an interesting one. It basically confirms what the IGP told us.
Yeah, if you want to bribe them, forget it.
Yeah, because now they won't push. Also, on the front page this morning.
Congratulations, Ghana Police.
Exactly. 6 remanded over 7.5 million Ghana cedi at Dabraka gold robbery. And dangerous fishing in Afram Plains. Hooks endanger humans instead of fish.
Okay, to the Herald now, and crying baby Ken, Japan begins MPP 2026 peace pact on shaky note. Late MP's wife cites faith, service and public appeal in by-election bid, and that's Hajia Mina Adam. Also, Accra High Court chases President Cheddar for $14.9 million judgment debt. NACOC boss unveils committee to tackle drug trafficking, and US-based old boys deliver $100,000 gate to Bishop Herman College amid calls for wider rehabilitation.
Lovely.
Let me take you to the Daily Gist. MPP seals unity deal with 5 aspirants. Some 211,000 delegates to vote. Also, the front page this morning, Mahama bloated government exposed. And Akufo-Addo leads Commonwealth team to Bangladesh pose.
Okay, I have the Insight. It's my penultimate. The Insight is reporting on its front page. Mahama warns African leaders, says dependency on the West a trap, not sovereignty. Also, the Yankee empire is in irreversible decline. Cubans respond to Donald Trump's threats. MPP presidential aspirants commit to peace pact ahead of January 31 primary. Other stories, Forestry Commission Deputy CEO targeted for defending Ghana's forests. Why regulation matters, Dr. Amega speaks on the future of African herbal brands. And behind the scene of medical kalabule, alleged claims of coordinated scheme against Ghana Health Service DG emerge.
Let me take you to the Ghanaian publisher. MPP is bigger than any aspirant that's coming into from former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Also, the front page, Afenyo marking wants MPP unite or lose 2028 elections. Also, NDOs back salary freeze for absentee doctors.
Finally, for me, the Inquisitor, Seyo OKMB blasts Kennedy. Pictures of Osei Che Mensa Bonsu and Kennedy Ejapon. Also, MPA won't scrap fuel price floor policy. And it comes with a picture of Abbas Tasunti, Director of Economic Regulation and Planning at MPA. Otumfo meets business leaders, Dr. Amwa Aban, others present, and Dr. Steve Mantel flags Duke's PA over Goldbot's gold refinery agreement.
Finally, the Ghanaian Point says this morning, MPP presidential race, Kennedy Ejapong delays signing as all aspirants endorse peace pact. Also on the front page, MPP flag bearer race, IGP assures security, deploys 70 police officers per polling station. Also on the front page, NDC to elect Ayawaso East by-election candidate on February 7th. Some other stories on the front page.
Absolutely. You need to visit citynewsroom.com because we have a wide range of stories there, some of which I'll be bringing you in highlights. Dollars gradual slide, oil prices to drive inflation in 2026. This is David Ofosu-Dote at the what do we call the crystal ball, which took place yesterday. We'll bring you highlights. Now, looking into the crystal ball, Ofosu-Dote's predictions for 2026, that's also here as well. Missing clause sparked Kennedy Japan's protest at NPP Peace Pact signing. His spokesperson is explaining that seeming delay we saw yesterday. Invest in skills, build together, negotiate as one, Mahama tells African leaders. And then, of course, we are told that the wife of the late MP for Yawaso East has declared her intention to contest. Tema Motorway resident engineer raises alarm over extortion at diversions. If you go to channel1newsonline.com, NPP raise misconduct at polling stations will lead to results cancellation. Joe Osewusu is speaking here. Opposition is painful and lonely. This is Apanyo Marken. Abuse of judicial power erodes public confidence. Chief Justice tells new judges. If you go to the High Street Journal this morning, Mahama pitches Ghana as proof point for Africa's post-aid economic reset. Fuel prices drop, but Okada fares remain unchanged for commuters. And 6 sectors push back after falling producer prices. And if you go elsewhere, could Trump's bid to become peacemaker in chief sideline the struggling UN? And the final one, Russia, Ukraine, and US to hold trilateral talks in Abu Dhabi.
Okay, so let's take off this morning. I want to start with a story about the police officers who allegedly rejected some $20,000 in cocaine bribe. The story is on page 3 of the Chronicle, is by John Bediako, reporting from the Volta Regional Capital, and it says in a major anti-drug operation on Wednesday, January 1, 2026, the Volta Regional Police Command, according to the Chronicle's unimpeachable sources, intercepted a Nigerian-bound vehicle carrying narcotics worth over 1 million Ghana cedis. Now, it is, however, not known whether the illicit drug originated from Ghana or the latter was being used as a transit route. Now, what is known is that the suspected drug carrier offered the Ghanaian police officers a cool $20,000 as bribe to free him from the grip of the law, but the offer was rejected outright. Now, the black Liberty Jeep, driven by 46-year-old Charles Adenkule and registered in Nigeria, was stopped at Utam barrier between Ada Junction, which is Kase in the Greater Accra region, and Sugakope in the Ketus and South Tong municipal capital. Now, a search of the vehicle uncovered 10 parcels of compressed substances suspected to be cocaine, with a street value of some 1 million Ghana cedis, along with about half a kilogram of compressed dry leaves suspected to be Indian hemp, hidden behind the vehicle's inner lining. And it goes on to provide some other details. It's important that we commend the police officers who have carried out this, because $20,000 is not small money.
Great job.
It's a great job, and I think that they deserve some promotion for what they have done.
We like what we are seeing and hearing from the Ghana police. Long may it continue.
Exactly.
Okay, the Herald is also reporting some news from NACOC. The boss unveils a committee to tackle drug trafficking on in the Herald newspaper, and the story reads: the Director General of Narcotics Control Commission, NACOC, Brigadier General Maxwell Obuba Mante, has inaugurated a 16-member narcotics Interagency Coordinating Committee, NICC, to enhance joint operations and intelligence sharing in the fight against narcotics-related crime. The committee, made up of representatives from key state security and intelligence institutions, is expected to operate as a joint operational and coordination body in line with NACOC's policy direction. Its work will focus on intelligence-led collaboration aimed at staying ahead of organized criminal networks involved in drug trafficking and related offenses.
There's a story that I want to draw to your attention. The story is sort of weird. It says security crackdown, 30 Nigerian sex workers made to clean up Tamale market. The story says is by Richard Osu Achao, and it says a nocturnal security operation by national security operatives in the northern regional capital, Tamale, has led to the arrest of 13 Nigerian women identified as commercial sex workers. Now, the operation, carried out on Wednesday night, also targeted suspected drug peddlers in parts of the metropolis. Now, following the arrest and interrogation, the women were made to sweep portions of the Tamale Central Market before being handed over to the police. Now, that is where my concern is. You know, you saw some people in the night suspected that they were doing, soliciting for whatever they were soliciting for. And then you ask them to sweep the market. I think this is, extrajudicial, and I don't think that we should encourage that thing. If you arrest the people and you have cause to believe that they have done something wrong,
put them in the way of the law.
Exactly. Very
well. Now, if you missed the crystal ball, Emmanuel Opon has a beautiful highlight on citynewsroom.com. Ofosu.tip's predictions for 2026. Now, 2026 is the year of the fire horse. A year of speed, ambition, risk-taking, and sudden shifts, according to senior partner at AB and David Ofosu. It will be a year when countries and businesses act boldly, not cautiously, and when decision-taking quickly will reshape markets. Eastern economies, especially China and parts of Asia, are expected to be bullish, aggressive, and expansion-focused, driven by cultural belief in action and momentum. Now, we're told July this year is the time to watch America closely, because it's the most important months of 2026. What happens is that the United States will mark 250 years of independence. That was a milestone no global empire has crossed without major change. And the Fosu is saying that it suggests a turning point, not necessarily the end of the American power. It goes on to say America will keep its military power but lose global control. Now, we are told that the global powers will shift from 1 to about 5. the world moves from one order to 5, there will be no longer one dominant global order, but there will be military power, economic power, control of resources, population strength, and digital and AI dominance. So we are learning that our population will be a huge resource if we learn to harness it well. More details on citynewsroom.com. Check out that story and you'll get more.
Okay, now I don't know if you call it coincidence, but Sky and I are holding the same story in 2 different papers ready to read.
Same angle.
Yeah, same story actually.
Oh,
this
right.
is so I'll take mine from
President
the
Mahama
insights.
in
President
Davos.
Mahama warning African
right.
leaders. Okay, and details will start from the front page. The story reads: President John Dramani Mahama of Ghana, who is also convener of the Accra Reset Initiative, has warned African leaders that the continent's dependence on external powers is not true sovereignty, but a growing trap. Speaking at the Accra Reset convening yesterday in Davos, Switzerland, President Mahama highlighted what he described as Africa's triple dependency. He said many African countries rely on others for their security decisions, depend on donors for health and education systems, and supply critical minerals to the world while capturing almost none of the value. President Mahama said, and I quote, "This isn't sovereignty, it's a trap, and it is getting worse." He stressed that the only way out of this dependence is for Africa to build its own capacity to act. In my quiet moments, as I try to find solutions, here's what I've learned. Crisis creates clarity. The clarity is this: we must build our own capacity to act, he advisedly said. And the paper has paragraphed bits of his speech, partnership, not pity. So these are just the captions or the headlines. So a new architecture for cooperation, reliance on external powers for security choices, from national success to regional prosperity, and a legacy for the next generation. So these are some of the captions they are highlighting the president's speech in Davos.
Okay, so let me take you to something else related to leadership. Yesterday, the MPP held a big event in Accra to commit to peace before, during, and after their internal election to produce a flag bearer.
Correct.
Now, page 3 of the Ghanaian publisher has that story and says MPP is bigger than any aspirant, quoting former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The story says former President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has delivered a stern warning to flag bearer aspirants of the New Patriotic Party, urging them to place party unity, collective interest, and long-term survival above personal ambition, and stressing emphatically that no individual is bigger than the NPP. Now, speaking at a peace pact signing ceremony ahead of the party's January 31, 2026 presidential primary elections, yesterday the former president cautioned that the internal contest of the party must not degenerate into a clash of egos capable of undermining party cohesion and weakening its electoral prospects. Now, if you turn to the other pages of the same party paper, there's a story that talks about the former minority leader and also former majority leader saying MPP needs mentally strong flag bearer. And quick, let me give you the first paragraph, or the first 2 paragraphs of the story. Former majority leader in parliament, a member of parliament for Suame, former member of parliament.
But he has a new role now.
Yes.
He's not a new minority leader.
No, he's no longer the minority leader. Has called on delegates of the New Patriotic Party to adopt a rigorous and principled approach in selecting the party's presidential candidate ahead of the January 31st, 2026 presidential primary. Now, speaking in an interview on Wednesday, the veteran legislator stressed that the choice of a flag bearer for the 2028 general elections must go beyond popularity and personal attacks, urging delegates to focus on critical leadership qualities he described as the acid test for leadership.
Very
and then
important.
also the minority leader now.
Okay, I actually thought you were referring to him earlier.
Okay.
That's Hackman Oko. Hackman.
The minority leader.
The first person you referenced.
Osei
Mensah.
So this is the minority leader now. His predecessor.
Very well.
So this one says, Apenyo Marking wants MPP unite or lose 2028 elections. That story is on page 8. Minority leader Alexander Kwame Apenyo Marking has warned that deepening internal divisions within the opposition Patriotic Party could derail the party's prospects in the 2028 general elections and severely weaken the minority's ability to hold the government accountable. He was speaking at yesterday's event.
So, Canadian Japan spokesperson was explaining the little, the brief pause we saw while the signing was ongoing. He says that some missing clauses sparked his protest at the NPP's Peace Pact signing. And this is Kwesi Kwarteng. He was speaking to us on the Citi newsroom in the afternoon, where he said that there are some clauses missing, and the candidate, initially the expectation was that the organizers would have served the parties with the documents of the Peace Pact so that they would have read earlier and known the details and content of it before they came for the event and undertake the ceremony. Unfortunately, we did not get the documents as earlier agreed amongst the parties, so Ken had the first-hand opportunity to go through the documents at the venue, so that explains what we saw there.
Okay, I'm staying with the Inside newspaper, and this is an interesting story. Tema Motorway resident engineer raises alarm over extortion at diversions, and the paper reports that the resident engineer for the Accra Tema Motorway reconstruction and expansion project, Kwabena Bimpong, has cautioned motorists to be vigilant against individuals impersonating workers on the project. Engineer Bimpong, in an interview with Citi News on Thursday, January 22, alleged that some culprits have been identified wearing safety vests belonging to the project contractor Maripoma Enterprise Limited and extorting money from road users. He said, and I quote, "This has come to our attention and we are working on it. Some locals wear the vests in Maripoma, purporting to work with us and position themselves at U-turns and diversions, especially at night, to collect money from motorists. We are monitoring the situation and have also informed the police who are supporting us." And talking about allegations of extortion, I want to talk about DVLA requesting or insisting that we pay certain monies before we can do our renew our roadworthy certificates. My sister experienced that yesterday. She was prevented from...
You mean some DVLA officials?
Well, we went to do renew our roadworthy certificate, and we're told that she was told that she could not do it unless she paid a supposed fine, and the fine is emergent from a note that is written by a manager at the OUB. The OUB section where you can renew your vehicles. It's not signed, but it's stamped, and the claim is that certain persons, a task force, and I thought that the last time this matter came up in December, we're told that the task force that was sort of inspecting people's roadworthiness had been suspended. So I'm wondering why you're being prevented from renewing your roadworthy certificate because a task force said they stopped you and you didn't stop. So first of all, I don't know how to even identify this DVLA task force. And my understanding was that the DVLA authorities suspended this. So why should we be asked to pay a claim of a fine before we can renew our roadworthy? It's totally unacceptable.
We should be able to reach out to the DVLA for some answers.
We need to look into that. It's important.
And get some resolution.
I just want to draw your attention quickly to some stories on page 7 of the Daily Gist newspaper. Sure. So the first one says, thieves vandalized Prestia Government Hospital mortuary. Grace Ziga reports that the newly constructed mortuary at the Prestia Government Hospital has once again fallen victim to theft and vandalism in an incident that threatens to delay its long-awaited commissioning or opening. That's what they should say. Now, the attack, which reportedly occurred in the early hours of Tuesday, January 20, 2026, involved the removal of electrical cables connecting the facility to the national grid and the theft of copper coils from the mortuary's refrigeration system. So they are doing, the people doing this, if they die, where would they take them
Exactly.
And they were also 50 contract month disease in Qatar. This is a troubling one. I saw the story elsewhere yesterday. Grace Ziga reports that health authorities in Qatar, in the Volta region, are grappling with a sudden surge in mumps as Azagadepi cases, raising concerns among residents about public health and safety. Azagadepi is a very serious matter, and I hope that they will deal with it properly.
Firefighters rescue dog trapped in well at Amamole. Stories on myjoyonline.com that officers of the Ghana National Fire Service swiftly rescued a dog that had fallen into a well at Amamole, Canada Junction, following a distress call on January 20, 2025. According to a press statement, three-member rescue team led by Assistant Divisional Officer ADO1 Nana Kobna Baine was dispatched within minutes to the call, and the team arrived promptly at the scene and carried out the rescue in accordance with standard safety procedures.
Wow, that's beautiful.
The trapped dog was successfully rescued from the well unharmed.
Wow.
And the statement issued by the public relations officer of the Ghana National Fire Service in the Greater Accra region on Wednesday praised the swift response of the officers and highlighted the service's commitment to protecting life and property. Wow, the well is quite deep now. They've done well. The dog is out. It's looking very well.
Yeah, I mean, you see those days when you're going to school elsewhere, that you see that people they are racing. People. You see,
I'm going to carry cat. Let's go cat and dog. We have done something.
No. This story has to be on BBC.
We have done something.
Does the say anything about the owner of the dog?
It hasn't mentioned the owner, but the owners called the Ghana Fire
Some people are not
to
planning
rescue
to.
the dog.
Some people are not planning to do pepper soup after this.
This is the
But that was a
City
good one.
Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Gugomi, at what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same right. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make I feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS. This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Latte is here to serve you the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Good morning.
Good morning, Caleb. A pleasant morning to you out there. Welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News. It's the Friday edition and it's proudly brought to you by MTN, Ecobank and Valex. I am Latte. This morning we begin with economic development, and 5 major global orders are expected to dominate 2026 with economic power and military influence set to redefine production, trade and geopolitics. This outlook was presented by senior partner at AB and David Africa, David Ofosu-Dorte, at the 2026 Crystal Ball event, where he described this year as the year of the fire horse. So how will the interaction between these global forces be, and what direct implications will they be having on emerging economies, including Ghana? More in the following report.
For many businesses, 2026 presents cautious optimism. But looking into the crystal ball, Mr. Ofosu-Dorte says these intersecting forces will drive critical shift in business strategy, particularly for investment flows.
There are 2 other orders which are going to emerge beginning 2026. The second is the economic order. The economic order is the power to control many things, including production, and to have money, and to have that which enables you become the entity or the country that people report to. And that was America. That is fast being lost. The real emerging economic order, obviously, is China.
He also encouraged African businesses, particularly those in Ghana, to pay close attention to Africa investment, noting that capital is increasingly moving from one African country to the other.
Then there is a fast increase in Africa to Africa investments. Kenya, South Africa, Nigeria are leading in this pack, where money is moving from one country to another African country, and FDIs are not necessarily coming from outside Africa. This will trend in 2026. Fast-moving consumer goods, especially the ready-to-eat market, continues to grow. We showed this slide last year. It has become even much better. $60 billion in the market growing. Ghana, for example, is estimated at $2.5 billion in the ready-to-eat market.
You heard senior partner at ABN David Africa, David Ofosu-Dorte, ending that report filed by Emmanuel Opon. The Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, COMAC, has settled on the continued implementation of the petroleum price floor policy and wants the National Petroleum Authority to enforce it this time around more rigorously amid renewed price competition in the downstream fuel market. It follows a board meeting on Thursday. Gabriel Kumi is board chair of COMAC.
It was unanimous. And like I did indicate, the industry is dynamic. We don't know what will happen tomorrow. Maybe Star is thinking ahead of time and is trying to come up with possible issues with this policy and trying to preempt the whole thing by asking for it to be scrapped. But when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. But for now, at this moment, as a stand, the industry at a stand, we strongly believe that that policy should continue to exist. What we are going to call for is for it to be implemented properly. If you have set a floor that no company should sell below, then we expect our regulator to adhere strictly by that.
Board Chair of COMAC, Gabriel Kumi, confirming the decision on Joy News. Now, rehabilitation works on the stalled Pong irrigation scheme will be resuming soon following steps taken to unlock delayed funding for the project. The Minister for Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku, says 4 outstanding payment certificates submitted by the project contractor have been forwarded to the Ministry of Finance for settlement. The Pong irrigation scheme, which spans communities around Akuse and Asuchari in the Eastern and Greater Accra region respectively, is a key part of government's strategy to boost domestic food production and reduce rice imports. Once fully rehabilitated, the scheme is expected to directly benefit about 2,000 smallholder farmers. Daniel Odro-Mensah was at the facility and has come through with this report.
The project, valued at a total cost of $22.6 million, is expected to significantly improve water supply to farming communities, enabling increased agricultural productivity, particularly in rice and banana cultivation. During a working visit to the project site in the Eastern region, the Minister for Food and Agriculture, Eric Opoku, noted that the project aligns with the government's Feed Ghana program, which is aimed at achieving national food security and reducing reliance on food imports.
I've received about 4 certificates asking for payment, and I forwarded them to the Ministry of Finance for immediate action. The FSRP leadership came to the office, the contractors were there. I've also engaged the Minister of Finance on the need to speed up the processes to ensure that certificates are honored in time so that the contractors can complete and make available all the 4,000 hectares of land for agricultural production.
Eric Opoku is Minister for Food and Agriculture, ending that report filed by my colleague Daniel Odro-Mensah. On the forex markets this morning, the dollar is being retailed at 12 cedis 5 pesos. The British pound is going for 16 cedis 20 pesos. That of the euro could be sold to you at 14 cedis 30 pesos. These are average rates from forex bureaus and not the Bank of Ghana's interbank rate. That's it for the Friday edition of the breakfast edition of Citi Business News. There is more news on citinewsroom.com/business. I'm Neil Atilati. Do have a good business day. But next is the Citi Business Edition.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Mr. Insurance claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
No. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying research to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Munsaka.
Hey, do they want to sack you dry? Now, why shall I way? Engagement things and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV. 65 inches and so. How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how hukra? With Access Bank's Pick Now Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye koko kra.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Pick Now Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Latte, thank you for the breakfast edition of the City Business News. Access Bank is proud to be associated with that. And for Access, rewarding customers is at the heart of what they do. They've introduced the Rewards by Access. It's a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. So whether you're shopping, traveling, or handling business expenses, every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. Points earned through your card transactions can be redeemed seamlessly at any of our merchant partners nationwide, making your spending go even further. So whether you're a frequent flyer, regular shopper, managing daily, family, personal, or business needs, Rewards by Access ensures you get more from every spend. Use your Access card today and enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Bank. LoyaltyRewards.Ghana.accessbankplc.com is the website to visit. 0800 004400 is the number to call. It's toll free. Access Bank, more than banking. So it's filling after filling a Shell. Drivers all over Ghana are enjoying just by trying the new and improved Shell fuels, and you could be next in our upcoming weekly draw. From now to the end of February, buy 300 cedis or more worth of the new and improved Shell fuels and stand a chance to win big. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and even 1 year free fuel up for grabs. What a feeling. Don't miss this opportunity. Visit the nearest Shell service station, fill up for an opportunity to become one of our weekly winners. We're doing this on the NLA's Caritas Lottery platform. New and improved Shell fuels, better by far. In a little while, we'll bring you a compilation of highlights of what we've heard on the Effective Living series this week. We're focused on build capacity to get there. That has been our focus this week, build capacity to get there. Monday, we looked at career planning. Michael Ohene, co-founder of Lead Africa International, was our guest. Took us through how to build our career, plan our career with a powerful story. Look out for that. Theodore Albright, life coach, took us through business system strengthening. It's very important for you as a business owner and even as an employee, something you need to know. We learned about building professional capacity with Samuel Ayim. It's a great conversation. And then we talked about building your personal financial capacity. General Manager Petra Trust, Eugene Odrobri Krang, was here to help us build personal financial capacity. We'll bring you highlights of all that on the business edition this morning. And of course, later this morning, we will focus on SMEs, putting your SME house in order. Putting your SME house in order. Timothy Jikuno, JSET Consulting, will be our guest this morning. Look forward to that. In the meantime, have you guys heard the latest from MTN? For those who love the MTN Free After One, prepare for the upgraded experience that is MTN Free After One Extra. Now, let me tell you what that means. With MTN Free After One Extra, you can talk for 1 whole hour uninterrupted while paying for only the first minute of every 10 minutes you talk. That means for every 10 minutes you talk within the hour, you only pay for the first minute and you get to talk for 60 minutes straight with no interruptions. If you like what you hear, there is more 100 megabytes of data free after your first call on Saturdays. Subscribe to MTN Free After One Extra today. Just dial *550# and follow the prompts. Thank you for staying with us. This is Leshewo Ghana thanking you for your loyalty in the past and looking forward to supporting your goals, your financial growth, and improving your life with innovative financial solutions. Let's share whole, let's improve life. And First Bank Ghana is introducing banking in your hands with the First Mobile or Quick Banking. Download the First Mobile app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Just dial *894# for Quick Banking, where you experience banking in your hands, instant airtime and data transfer or purchase, funds transfer to and from Momo wallets, inter and intra-bank transfers, plus more. So download the app now, First Mobile app, or use the *894# and you're good to go. First Bank, you first. So let's jump into the Citi Business Edition now, shall we? Quick highlights of what you'll be hearing. Michael Ohinefa will take us through career planning, and then Theodore Albright will deal with business system strengthening, and then we have Samuel Ayim who helped us with professional capacity building, and on building your personal financial capacity, we had Eugene Odro Brikrang. Enjoy.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
To the Effective Living series. This week's theme was Build Capacity to Get There. Over the 4 days, we explored essential strategies for enhancing your skills and resources to achieve your goals, from career planning to financial empowerment. Join us as expert guests share insight to help you strengthen your path forward. Let's revisit the series, starting with day 1 on Monday. Charting your professional trajectory is foundational. Co-founder of Lead Afrique, Mike Ohinefa, discussed career planning. He provided guidance on aligning your ambitions with actionable steps for long-term success.
At this point, let's remember David's background.
Right.
You know, David is what we will call Pikinabolo. We don't know his mother.
That's right.
He has, I think, 6 older brothers.
True.
And his father is looking for a girl, so he goes away. And by happenstance, it's another boy.
Yeah.
So he brings David home.
Yeah.
And his senior brothers or elder brothers begin to maltreat this boy because really you are not, you know.
Yeah.
And so he's the outcast. He's not allowed at the table.
Yeah.
He's the Fulani boy who must take care of the sheep.
He's the herdsman.
Exactly,
They
he's
like
the
to say
herdsman.
herdsman,
Yes,
yes.
herdsman. Sorry. And no apologies to Maru.
Yeah, sorry, Sandra. That's correct.
Yeah, you know, so that's his background. And yet, with this disadvantaged background, unrecognized, unloved, unappreciated, not respected, this is what people say about him to the king of Israel in his absence. Now, what does that teach us about career planning? Now, as I was sitting in church on Friday night, I realized that wow. This ancient biblical episode, offers a lot of things that we can use to map our career.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to share 6 lessons from this story. Number 1, develop deep transferable skills.
Okay.
This year, if you are hearing me, develop deep transferable skills. The advisors to the king said he is a talented harp player.
Right.
David is first introduced not by the fact that he will go on to become the future king, but by the skill that he has mastered following cow sheep in the wilderness alone by himself.
Right.
He didn't go there to do abobo and ababa as a lot of people would do. Because you see, David could have said, they don't like me. My Michel Brenier, why are we here alone? Exactly. He could have been crying and begin to just behave anyhow to the sheep, the goats, the cows. He could have been a vagabond, and rightly so.
Correct.
But you see that young David doesn't do that. He develops his skill in the wilderness, unappreciated, no applause, no audience, nobody to look at him. But in doing that, word got around Bethlehem. And now from Bethlehem, it gets to Jerusalem, which is the capital city. So this year, if you want to plan your career, ask yourself, what skill can I be excellent in?
Okay.
So develop career excellence. David, they said, was a talented harp player. So as you sit here in Citi FM, in Channel 1 Omni Media,
what are you best known for?
What are you best known for? What is your skill that is excellent? So it was this thing that made a headsman, a Pikinabolo, somebody whose mother was not legally married to the father, somebody who is despised, somebody nobody knows. It was his skill that made him to be recommended to no less a person than the king. So if you want your CV to read Jubilee House this year, what would they be saying about you? We've been talking about sanitation, transport problems in this country. Can somebody take your CV and go and tell President Muhammad look, if you are looking for somebody who can solve this national problem, I know such a man.
Right.
Will somebody bring you to Samens or Bernard and say, if you are looking for a new person to do this job in City, this is the man.
So develop deep transferable skills.
David was a talented harp player.
I like that you put a lot of emphasis on skills, because in adding value and seeking career advancement, a lot of people are going to school, adding on more certificates, after which it's not skill based though, it's more theory.
No HR manager is looking for your certificate. Okay. The person who checks whether you have a certificate is the receptionist, who will do the shortlisting. The HR manager, at the point that they are looking at your certificate,
what can
means
you do?
You have passed reception. You have been shortlisted. So the HR manager is looking at your skill. What can you come and contribute to the organization? That is the one simple thing they are looking for in a 2-hour interview.
So track record.
Track record. What can you do? And how can you show us that you can do what you say you can do? So stop, and I have MBA in this, and I have certificate, and I have 13 certificates in this. What can you do?
The other thing,
what is your skill?
The other issue and problem I have with people when you meet them, I'm looking for a job. What can you do? So anything. It's
Exactly. Exactly. Will you watch the cars at City?
No, you won't.
Exactly. So what do you mean by anything? All right. So application. Application.
Good.
Now, identify 1 or 2 core skills that you'll be exceptionally good at this year.
Moving to day 2 on Tuesday, for sustainable growth, robust systems are key. Life coach Theodore Albright delved into business systems strengthening. He outlined methods to optimize operations and build resilience in your ventures.
Why would you want to strengthen your systems? Why would you want to do that?
Okay.
And you want to do that to get better, to be better, and ultimately, if you're a business, you want to optimize for efficiency. I describe systems as a discrete set of independent activities which require little or no intervention for the implementation of a given purpose. Now that's a mouthful, but just remember these. Discrete set of activities, that is 1. It requires little or no intervention, that is 2, for the implementation of a given purpose. That is number 3. Okay. And so, in essence, what you're doing is you're looking for problems, challenges, and difficulties that you have or anticipate. Then you build a set of predictive models around those problems so that you can plug and play. Now, basic examples of systems are human resources, finance systems, security systems, supply chain systems, operational systems, administrative systems, quality control systems, and community.
So for a lot of Ghanaians, we get to encounter systems when we are paying fees or you're trying to make a call and they say, oh, the system is down.
Yes.
The system is down.
And that refers to your technology or IT system.
Fantastic.
But it is only one of many systems. Okay. So I've given you the complex definition. The simple definition is that systems are a prop. P-R-O-P. Systems are a predictable, repeatable operating process.
Predictable,
repeatable operating process. So systems are a prop, okay? And they behave with a predictive, repetitive feedback loop. All right? And so we come back to the why systems is because you're seeking a predictable, repeatable outcome for operational excellence.
Operational excellence.
Okay, that is one of the ultimate objectives of putting in the systems. And you strengthen the systems because you're seeking optimization, clarity, adherence for execution excellence. Okay?
You are strengthening because you're seeking optimization,
yes,
clarity,
yes,
adherence for execution excellence. So that if you're managing a number of outlets or shops, we are talking about fuel stations now.
Indeed.
So you're looking at execution excellence so that your customers will have the same quality of experience or service everywhere they go.
It is repeatable, it is predictable, and it has a feedback loop. Okay? All right. So let's play the clarity game. And the clarity game is essentially what you must start with on this journey to systems strengthening. Okay? And I call it POST.
POST, P-O-S-T.
Yes.
Okay.
So the clarity game is POST. The first thing is you need clarity of purpose. What is our purpose as a business? Okay? If you're going to strengthen your systems, you need to understand your purpose. Clarity of objectives. What are our quantifiable objectives? Okay. So you describe purpose in a qualitative way. We want to give you fuel for free, all right? But you will describe objectives in a quantitative way. So every gallon you get 10% off. Okay, so you must be able to quantify the objectives.
So the purpose deals with the qualitative way,
and
then the objectives then drills it down to the
qualitative,
the numbers.
Quantitative, the numbers. The numbers are important, but the descriptors are also very important. Beyond that, then you have clarity of strategy. How do we win the game? So I heard you talk about Star and Goyle and that competitive environment, and Star is asking, how do we win this game? Do we do it on price or differentiation, cost leadership or differentiation strategy? Goyle is saying, okay, so we're going to look and make sure that we reduce our price to match,
and then add some breakfast,
and then add some breakfast for free. So here now you have a price or cost leadership, as well as a differentiation strategy, which says we are giving you breakfast for free. So how do we win the game? What is our strategy for winning the game?
On to day 3, Wednesday. Elevating your expertise unlocks new opportunities. Samuel Eyim explored professional capacity building. He shared practical approaches to develop skills and competencies that drive career advancement.
Why it is important to develop professional capacity. we'll try to have a short definition of what actually professional capacity is and is not.
Okay.
I have a 4-pillar model for developing professional capacity, and then a 5-step model to how to develop your professional capacity.
Fantastic.
And there are a few killers.
Okay.
There are a few things that kill professional capacity.
Right.
If we have time, we'll share them.
So, Samuel Ayima, I guess, is the CEO of CTL Africa, John C. Maxwell Certified Leadership Coach and Legal Consultant. So let's dig in.
Right. So thank you very much. A lot of us think that professional capacity is just acquiring certificates.
Okay.
And I just want to start by saying that professional capacity is no longer about certificates.
Right.
Let me share this example with you. I started a small shop.
Okay.
And was a fashion shop to do Africa wear. And a young man entered the shop. And as we talked, he told me, he was a chartered accountant and he was doing some training, certified ICAG. I said, great. I said, this shop, since we started, it was about a year. The person who was helping to do the things had been keeping some records, but it was not really going well. Can you help us put together our accounts? I studied a bit of accounts up to A-level, so I know something called incomplete records. I told him, this is our incomplete records. These are the information. So we gave him the information. A week passed, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I was not hearing from him. I called him and I said, my friend, what is going on? Oh, you see, I have some friends who help me to do these things and I'm not getting. I said, but you told me you're a chartered accountant. So the point here is very simple.
Yeah.
Certificates are not enough.
Okay.
It is about what you can do.
Right.
People are looking at relevance. They are looking at the value you are bringing.
So relevance, value, what you can do, not
Exactly.
just certificates.
Exactly.
Right.
The guy didn't give me any results at the end,
Wow.
So that tells us that, you see, these days, in the past, it's about job security. You get a job and then you stay forever.
Abaya Juma, you are there forever.
But today, it is not so.
Right.
It's called skill security.
Wow.
If you don't have the skills,
wow,
you are out.
Okay.
The next time they're doing a reshuffle, they're saying, okay, who can do the job?
and the skills get obsolete very easily.
Very, very
so
easily.
you have to be updating, and the best way to be doing that is by doing.
Exactly. The best way is to be doing and working on your skills and upgrading. In fact, a lot of us are just working hard and we think that every day we are going, we are coming. And I do a program called the Growth Journey.
Journey.
I take a lot of professionals on a 10-week growth journey.
Okay.
And one of the things I find very quickly at the beginning of the program is that people have worked for 10 years and they've not stopped to ask themselves,
am I growing in this business? Okay.
What have I done to myself? What capacity have I built? Yes, so that is very, very important. Right. So in short, when we talk about professional capacity, just take this simple equation.
Right.
Professional capacity is competence
right.
plus character
right.
and consistency.
Oh, I like it. So PC is equal to C plus C plus C. Where PC is professional capacity, the first is competence, character and consistency. Oh, I like it. You have a breakdown too.
Yeah, it's very, very simple.
Lovely.
So competence is what you can do.
Right.
And so you sit here, you can interview, you can do that. That's fine. But character is how do you do it?
Okay.
Which brings discipline and how people actually trust you.
Okay.
This credibility comes in there. So that's the character. So it's not just simply because I can do the job.
Right. The values I bring to the job.
The values you bring to the job.
Right.
How you behave.
Right.
Okay? That's very, very important. And it's not just that you do it once and it's finished. Okay. That's where consistency comes in.
Every day.
Every day you give the same quality. There's a lady who sells bread near my area. Every day you see people have queued.
Yeah.
Why?
It's consistent.
Because consistent. Every time you buy the bread, it's the same. It's not like the carpenter who does very nice for you one day.
Mood swings.
And then the next morning the table is shaking. You know, so that's not it.
So competence, character, and consistency.
Absolutely.
Great.
So finally, day 4 on Thursday, financial stability underpins all progress. General Manager of Petra Trust, Eugene Odro, addressed building your personal financial capacity. He offered strategies to enhance your economic foundation and secure your future.
This morning, I want to talk about money in terms of how it fits in the value chain or the equation of wealth.
Okay.
And then we would also look at the various personas, how our individual personas fit into how we treat money.
How our individual personas
yes, so
fit into how we treat money.
So in the past, we've always talked about people saving, people doing stuff. But when you look at, when you go deep, you realize that somebody who is lively treats money differently.
Yeah.
Somebody who is cautious treats money differently.
Yeah.
And so we want to drill down a little bit and understand how your persona affects how you treat money and what you get out of it. Because somebody would hear all these nice things that we talk about, and because of their way of life, it just hasn't worked for them.
It doesn't work like
because
that.
They are a lively person. They like to sort of live and enjoy their life.
They like to enjoy. Someone is also more futuristic, very calculative. So what can they do?
Exactly.
I like that. So what is our personalities? What are our personalities as far as money is concerned?
Amazing question. Thank you. So, I mean, there are about 4 personalities that I like to talk about. There's the spender, there's the saver, there's the investor, and there's the avoider.
Let's take it one after the other. So there's the spender.
There's the spender.
No,
yeah.
I don't who said us to enjoy.
Exactly. But I mean, the interesting thing about that is that it's not a bad thing.
Okay.
So you have somebody who is a lively person, they live in the moment.
Right.
That person tends to be a spender. So
Right.
they would have a list of things they want to get, so they sort of enjoy their life. And so whenever they get money, they go over that list and try to get the thing that's on top of that
They
list.
must be comfortable.
Exactly.
So
Then
that's the minimum effort, maximum enjoyment.
we live in the moment. We don't know how long we are going to live, so why not?
Exactly.
And then you have somebody like the saver.
The
who is
saver.
somebody. So this is a persona who is cautious. They are very careful in everything that they do. They would rather just make sure I have enough to cover any eventualities. They tend to be a saver in the way they treat money.
Are they the pepper people?
They are the. You could say that they are the I don't want problem people.
The perpetuals.
Yes. I don't want a problem kind of person.
Okay.
And then you have like the futuristic big picture person. He's always
Right.
thinking, where is the world going? How do I play in that? They tend to be investors.
Okay.
They put their money in things like they buy stocks. They want to invest in good ideas, build businesses. And then there's this one that is a little bit cautious. You know, they think about everything kind of person. They tend to avoid decisions. So they are typically cluttered on the negative side. Have you thought about this? Have you considered this?
No.
They are not the kind of person that would focus on one thing and get it done.
Right.
And so the way they treat money, they would rather avoid it because they put decisions off because what if there's a funeral next week?
Yeah.
What if this happens? So they will try to consider. So these are the 4 personas.
Right.
And this is how it plays out in how you handle money.
That's interesting. So there's the spender, there's the saver, there's the investor,
Yes.
there's the avoider.
But
By the time we're done, listeners will get to know which category they are.
Absolutely.
But does it interlope, like does it cut across? You could be a spender and an investor at the same time,
Yes,
maybe
so-
a saver and avoider or something like that.
Absolutely. People are combinations of this, and none of this is good. So I like to, none of this is bad.
Okay.
I like to talk about the persona itself.
Fantastic.
And then how it plays when it comes to money, how
Brilliant.
you treat money. So the lively person, the person who is always a happy go, they
Lucky
have the
person.
least worry in life. When they tend to use money, they
Yeah.
tend to be a spender.
Okay.
Because I want to see the world.
Okay.
And so when I get money, I'm a spender. I want to save to travel to the next country. There are 100 and something countries in the world, and I want to see all of them. So
So they're
this
adventurous
is
too.
the happy person and adventurous. Good for who they are.
Right.
Then you have the cautious person, the person who maybe from the beginning of their life and the kind of person where they come from, they would rather be saved than be
They
sorry.
have seen life.
Exactly. So when they make money, they become savers. When
They are philosophical.
Exactly. They would rather just put money in a savings account in a bank and make sure I have enough money to cover everything that eventually comes up.
Right.
And then you have the futuristic person. Where is the world going? I mean, Google is coming up and this new idea. I want to start a company. I want to invest.
They're looking at digital assets assets,
things
and
like
all
that.
of
So
that.
they become investors when you put them in the money place. And then there's the person that thinks about everything, that considers everything. When you look at how they play in the financial space, they become avoiders. They don't take decisions. But here's what I find interesting. I really want to bed down with our listeners. Money is, in my view, part of the wealth equation, right? What I mean is, Caleb, you're sitting here, you're doing presentations, right? Based on how well you do what you're doing, there is value that you create in the minds of people.
Right.
Thank you for tuning into this week's Effective Living series. For more, log on to Channel 1 TV on YouTube. Remember, building capacity turns aspirations into achievements. Now, apply what you've learned. Stay effective.
I can see all your joy. I can see the word for you and the word for me. But I have to say, please wait until I get my new car. Please wait until I find my real side. I'm gonna give me some love, love somebody. La 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 la. I'm done with it. 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 I will wait for you. I'll still wait for you. I'm done with it. 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 My girl, sweet mama, sweet girl, sweet mama, my girl, sweet mama, sweet girl, sweet mama. I can see all your joy. I can see the word for you and the word for me.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hi, welcome to the Friday edition of Kickoff on 97.3. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Western Union, Shell V Power, Polyton Ghana, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. All right, I'm Gabriel. Let's get right into the details and starting off from the sports ministry, where Minister for that ministry is Kofi Adams. He says it has saved nearly $700,000 after scaling down expenditure on the Black Stars for 2 recent international matches. Now, addressing the media visits during a visit by the Vice President to the ministry, Kofi Adams, who's the sports minister, explained that the reduced spending marks a deliberate break from the past when budget for similar Black Stars assignments often climbed beyond 1.5 million cedis.
We've worked together with the FA to make sure that we rationalize our budgeting and release processes. And this, in a way, have saved close to about 700,000 in 2 games involving the Black Stars. Because in the past, we used to do as a ministry almost about 2 million. But with this rationalization, 3 million for 2 outings of the senior national team, and all these have gone a long way to build confidence.
Meanwhile, the sports minister also reviewed that government will swear in a governing body for the Ghana Sports Fund later today at the sports ministry. Kofi Adams says the move will boost resource mobilization and ensure long-term sustainable funding for sports development nationwide.
the Ghana Sports Fund, because that has been a major challenge, and the cabinet that you are the vice president of did so well for the first time, giving us a sports fund. And we have just appointed an administrator, and God willing, tomorrow we'll inaugurate the board. So the activities as far as sports funding and mobilization of resources to fund sports would not be a huge challenge again.
All right, so that's Sports Minister Kofi Adams speaking there. Meanwhile, Ghana's Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman, has called for stronger accountability and careful management of the sports fund as government moves to strengthen sports financing.
I hear you on your fund, and I want to urge that we find many ways of populating the fund, of raising the funds, maybe beyond appeals, even creating the facilities that generate the funds and taking very good care of them. So talking about the management and so on were very important for me. And then the area that you also talked about that I find very important is, in your achievements, is to ensure that there's security, that there's proper screening, because we don't want people to suffer unnecessarily because of the discipline they have chosen. And that is where health comes in very strongly.
All right, so that's Ghana's Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman, speaking there. Well, taking to Europe, and the UEFA Europa League delivered big momentous on Thursday as Matchday 7 produced key results across Europe. Aston Villa boosted their qualification hopes with a hard-fought 1-0 away win over Fenerbahce. Yes, Roma also recorded a 2-0 victory against Stuttgart in Italy. In Germany, Freiburg edged past Maccabi Tel Aviv by 1-0. Final put an impressive display, cruising to a 3-0 win over Sturm Graz. Rangers also beats Ludogorets by 1-0, and then Braga stunned Nottingham Forest by 1-0 in Portugal. Finishing off with some tennis, and in the men's singles, world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz cruised into the 4th round after a dominating straight set win over 32nd seed Corentin Moutet. Daniel Medvedev also produced one of the performances on the tournament so far, fighting back from 2-set down to beat Fabian Marozan in a marathon 5-set encounter. Tommy Paul progressed after Alejandro Davidovich Fokina was forced to retire, while Leonard Tiena booked his place in the next round with a solid win over Nuno Borges. Top seed Arina Sabalenka in the women's singles also beat Anastasia Potapova. And third seed Coco Gauff is also true to the next round. She beat Hailey Baptiste, while Karolina Muchova and Lina Putseva both recorded important wins in the women's singles at the ongoing Australian Open. There's more tennis news later at 5 p.m. In the meantime, you can head to citysportsonline.com and on X at City Sports JCheck. Kickoff is probably brought to you by Western Union, Polyton Ghana, Shelby Power, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. I'm Gabi Ofe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care and bye-bye.
Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytank, we did Polytank. Polytank, the original, always the best.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number 1. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to let's share No matter your situation, let's go. Let's go. We improve your life. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama. Let's go. We improve your life. Papa no no, papa no no, papa no no, papa no no, no, papa no no, Ankasa. Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Polytank we did. Polytank, papa no no, papa no no, no, papa no no, papa no no, no, papa no no, Ankasa.
Always the best.
Whether you're buying water from your favorite spots in Osu, shopping online for the latest styles, or booking your next getaway to Dubai, MasterCard gives you the freedom to pay your way. Insert, tap, swipe, click. So many options, yet so easy. With layers of security protecting every payment, your money stays safe. From Trotro to travel, MasterCard connects you to the life you've earned and the one you dream of. Ask your bank for a MasterCard today. MasterCard. Safe, convenient, priceless.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Menteda, Muida, Mami, me, the two Madina, Timusumidi, Muajidi, and I give you a wine to me. Dada, who composed so, that's an Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. Namini Baba, when that was so, what you know, I woman do. I'm meant to know that's so far, so much. But you won't know about that when you magas for when I fell. Trust I could be chilo. Shabansi minchi. Ah, promotion in chilo. Asumi ebi abepe. Trust I could be chill. Ah, Shabansi minchi. Eh, promotion in chilo. I'm a piluna for Jaya coming cool.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
And I give you a wine to me, Meteda, Uwida, Mami, me, the Jumadina, Timusumidi, Muadidi, and I could be a wine to me,
Inti dene son, chairman Yanko Ponka and Sano, or Tam the Bowato, or Kawa, ye won't any pano. Papa Kai won't bat me, Nimsa one ye be crano, then ye be medi, into me bompaya, minim Sankano, Ejinaboso, into me dame da, Judi Papa. Your TV Asimo, walk Brennan, your Nina Yaka, or Christo Niva Breca Crasso, Daco Daco Nafa, who was Shabu Hako, Fugin so Wuyanasa, Yameda Somedao. And Mamma Town for Seleme, Mini when you be calm, if you for before you me, when I'm for 4 besound, a day no more was saying me, and Mamma Quan, who chemo partner, when I would check Jamie, Nim Yabu to me, yeah, or sounds of the bonnet, oh yeah, my nigga fair, would it mean sure I can see another? It told the Pia me bread, no Soriana partner say, me gain young Kuradi Bedia, me say Papa Brawache, maybe I said it, that's one a while. My this way you do so mean to men swa. Your mususu man, you know, my boy.
Two of the finest in the business, Kofi Kenata, Sakodi Obede Pombede. I love this one. 8 minutes to 8. Yeah, 8 minutes to 8. 97.3 CDFM. This is the City Breakfast Show. So much on our minds, so much to reflect on. 0539 986 996 0539 986 996.
Promotion in Chilo. Masumi Ebia Bepe. Trasa Minchil. Travensi Minchil. Promotion in Chilo. Aya. Oh. Yakufrina.
It's a week and a day to the NPP presidential primary. And in a build up to that, yesterday, all 5 candidates signed a peace pact. How relevant or significant is that, reflecting on the heat and storm we have seen on the campaign trail in the build up to that? President Mahama has been speaking at Davos, calling on African leaders to come together to seek clarity in the chaos and build a formidable future for its citizens in the wake of the global storm we're seeing. Global orders falling apart and Africa must shape the future. The president has been calling for unity on the African front. Remember all that David Ofosudote has predicted 2020 will come to pass in 2026. So looking at all that, with some bits and pieces of useful information that will make your day. Now, I'm excited about the dog story we read this morning. If you missed that, the fire service saved dog, Charlie. Dog fell in well and they were called distress call. They were there to rescue the dog. I'm excited. There is hope. I'll bring you a lot of conversation. But hey, this year, say goodbye to unnecessary stress. Pay your school fees and residential fees with Zenith Bank. Simply dial star 966 hash, star 966 star 3 hash on your phone. No data needed. Select Zenith Merchant Pay. Enter your school code. Follow the PIN, the prompts, and confirm payment with your PIN. Payment is real time with instant confirmation. As fast, as simple, as stress free. Start the year right with easy school fees payments using Zenith Bank's Merchant Pay. Short code star 966 star 3 hash. For a full list of the schools, visit zenithbank.com.gh. Zenith Bank is absolutely in your best interest. You don't need to travel abroad when world-class education is right here in Ghana. Lancaster University Ghana is where you will earn a British degree, develop employability skills, and enjoy a campus experience that inspires growth and confidence. Gain practical skills, global exposure, and access to scholarships that make your dream degree even more achievable. So apply now to study with expert faculty trained to UK standards right here in Ghana. For more information, visit lancaster.edu.gh. You can also contact us via email at admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. 0248656274 is the number. Lancaster University Ghana is the only British university campus in West Africa. Now, if you drive, please insure with Enterprise Insurance. We've done the business for 102 years and we are rewarding you with the Insure Naturally promo. It's the road to the ultimate football experience. When you insure your car with Enterprise, you don't just get protection, you get extra rewards. Enjoy free fuel coupons, airtime, shopping vouchers, and stand a chance to win an all-expense paid ultimate football experience live at the stadium. Insure your car now with Enterprise Insurance and be part of the Insure Naturally promo. We are doing this till May 2026. We're running this is regulated by the NLA on its Caritas Lottery platform. Enterprise Insurance is your advantage. If you're tired of Accra stress and traffic, take a quick escape to the cool, peaceful mountains of the Beposo Wellness Resort. Whether it's for business, a weekend break, or pure relaxation, Beposo gives you calm, comfort, and fresh mountain air. The perfect place to rest and reset, and it's only a 30-minute drive from Accra. Visit once and you will never want to leave. Asumdwe Kesiapa 0200 557 699. BeposoResort.com. Beposo Wellness Resort. Peace lives here. Now, your good energy journey gets your good energy journeys just got better. GWEL is offering discounts at selected stations nationwide while maintaining the quality that protects your engine to take you further. It's the same trusted fuels enhanced with XP3 additive. GWEL continues to deliver quality fuels that have served the nation for over 60 years. GWEL is good energy. Some loved ones are celebrating birthdays.
Yep. So
whose birthday are we celebrating today?
Exactly. So let me do this quick one. So a happy birthday to someone truly special. And let me do that now. So a happy birthday to Jessica Kekeli Abude of Total Energies PLC. Now, Jessica, we are grateful for your warmth, drive, and genuine heart that you bring into every space that you step into. May this very year bring you more laughter, more wins, and more reasons to keep smiling. You are appreciated, you are valued, and you are truly loved by the people whose lives you brighten and energize every single day.
Lovely.
Have a beautiful birthday, Jessica. Keep shining your light on all of us.
Right.
We all love you, Jessica. So go on and make it rain.
Yeah, man. And there's this other one, Kakra Ajen Kotoku Godson Tenge. Yeah.
Yes. So it says, please help me wish a glorious happy birthday to an amazing prophet of God, Prophet Joshua Lulua of Dominion Miracle Church in Domi, around the crossing area. The Lord bless you and keep you safe. It's coming in from Godson Tenge from Ajin Kotoku.
Right. No, so this story, made some laugh a bit, and it was interesting, you know. But I think that it has some relevance for us as a nation in our nation building. It's great that citizens have confidence in state institutions that are supposed to serve and save lives, particularly if when you're looking at institutions that have been bastardized for a very long time, especially in their response to emergency and crisis. I love this story I've read this morning, that firefighters rescued dog trapped in well at Amamole. It was one dog. It took 3 men to get there and rescue the dog. And I think that I like it. It gives me hope that people have confidence in the appropriate institutions, that if anything happens, they can call and help will come. That's a good. Let me just read the story. I like the way Kakra is smiling this morning. There's some good interest here for me. Officers of the Ghana National Fire Service swiftly rescued a dog that had fallen into a well at Amamole, Canada Junction following a distress call on January 20. Okay, now according to a press statement, a 3-member rescue team led by Assistant Divisional Officer 1, ADO 1, Nana Kobina Baini. So 3-member rescue team for one dog was dispatched within minutes of the call. Talk of efficiency. Now, the team arrived promptly at the scene and carried out the rescue in accordance with standard safety procedures. Now, the trapped dog was successfully rescued from the well unharmed. It goes on to say that the statement issued by the Public Relations Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service in the Greater Accra region on Wednesday, January 22, 2026, praised the swift response of the officers and highlighted the service's commitment to protecting life and property. The incident has drawn praise from residents in the area, with the rescue once again underscoring the Ghana National Fire Service's readiness to respond to emergencies of all kinds. And then if you get to the last part, you see the photograph of the dog. The only issue that I have is the rope that is tied around the neck of the dog. You know, usually when you watch movies, when fire service people are going on such rescues, they have some nice is it leash or some rope
leash,
that is more. This one is the one we dry things on in there. They used to tie the neck of the dog. Me say from the depth of the well to there. Before I don't know. Then the ladder to the ones I see other fire service people use. This ladder, it looks like. So I think it's a good point for us to call for the service to be retooled, because for a very long time fire service have been calling for retooling, and it seems that has not had as much attention as possible. I see some private institutions have built fire services across the country here and there, but this gives me hope. I like this story. I really love it very sincerely.
I think that the use of the rope and the ladder brings to mind, as Ghanaians or as Africans, we have a knack for improvising.
Yeah.
That can be very useful. We tend to improvise with the things, the resources available, however scanty they may be, to solve our problems. And that's something that is commendable. But I would like to commend the Ghana Fire Service. Yeah. Listening to the story, I felt that it was quite a fancy story.
Was it?
It's not.
Dogs lives matter.
It's not a. Oh, indeed, but it's not a Sky. It's not a usual story to
from
hear
Ghana.
From Ghana, you know. I mean, if Sky was sitting somewhere in London and telling us about this story, then
it would be like.
That
really?
would be, yes, that would be usual, but it's not quite a popular thing. You hear that fire service went out and saved a dog that was trapped, etc. It's quite unusual and it's quite a fancy one, but congratulations to them regardless. And I think it's interesting. We do appreciate their compassion and their courage to save and protect lives of the community, not just human lives, but also
every other life. Every other life. All lives matter.
Yes, I think it was a very important intervention from the National Fire Service, and in my view, I think it shows that as a society we are getting more sophisticated.
Absolutely.
And we care about things we should care about.
Absolutely. Not everything should end in the soup box.
Exactly. I mean that's what it is, because in this day and age we see dogs being used to diagnose complex infections and diseases,
for crime
elsewhere,
fighting and all
crime
that.
fighting and also for providing companionship. To people suffering from dementia and all kinds of conditions. Of course, as a country, we have not institutionalized the use of homes for the aged like that, although there are a few here and there because of our societal systems and the support systems that we have in our homes. But the truth is that in many other societies, and of course back here in Ghana, many people do rely on the support of dogs to be able to get about their daily life. So I think it was important that the National Fire Service did that. Because what it also does is also a teaching moment as to what people should do in terms of when they find animals like that in dire situations. You find a cat in a well. If you don't have fire service people immediately available, you should do your best to rescue, not for purposes of consumption, but returning the same to the owner.
Precisely. Very precisely.
Or sending it to the nearest police station. So that the proper thing can be done. It also sort of reignites public faith in the activities of the National Fire Service and our institutions, because if they are willing to move public resources to that extent, to be able to provide a critical assistance like that, because animals are equally entitled to our regard and support when they are in dire situations. Mind you, we have laws that emphasize the need to extend we should not, what's the word, the regular phrase is there should not be animal cruelty. So ignoring that would, in my respectful view, raise issues about whether we are really humane as a society or not. And then also we should not only, yes, it is the case that these things regularly happen elsewhere. I mean, I was going to school one day and the people came to pass.
What's going on?
Some cat, was somewhere on a pole somewhere. And and they had to rescue. I mean, I've also seen them, save pigeons that were trapped. Wow. And for many of us, at least when you're seeing it for the first time, you ask yourself, "Are these guys?"
What's going on? That could have been.
Yeah, but
breakfast, dinner,
somebody is quickly ordering some tomatoes and other things. But the truth is that, exactly, that is where we have to get to.
Yeah.
A society should not only care about human lives, right? We should also care about the animals that provide us with companionship. And I want to commend the National Service for going this far. It's a commendable exercise. We hope that when it comes down to communities that find themselves in fire distress, they will equally extend the same regard.
Can I just be naughty and ask a question?
Please.
So that if the story were to be about a chicken and not a dog, I'm interested in how the conversation around animal cruelty then, Sky.
Oh no, I mean it extends across the board. I mean
that is if the chicken is a pet and not being raised
not even
for meat.
no. The point is that
Because
once an
fowls,
it must die in a dignified manner.
The fowls form part of our nutrition.
Of course, in parts of Ghana, the fowl, the dogs, also are regarded as very credible.
Exactly.
So
where do you draw the line?
But you see, it is not. No, it's about whether you save life or not.
Exactly.
As to what you do to the animal thereafter. If my friends from the other part of the country who believe that this dog, you should do something about it. Of course, I mean they are entitled to do that.
You mean panke kwakwa?
To the extent that they are not deemed to be cruel to the animal, which would then invite, authorities
it's the cruelty that I don't understand. Because Sky,
if it has fallen in the well,
and you ignore it, that would amount to cruelty, especially when you have the means to do something about it.
But I'm sure you've all seen on our roads before how there are frequent knockdowns of goats, cats,
stray
animals and all. And I think that's also a space that we need to sanitize, where we are commending the fire service for what they've done. We have real issues with stray dogs, some having rabies and all those things. People leave their pets and dogs and all those things, and they're just moving about in a manner that is uncontrolled. But
they can even pose a threat to pedestrians, and I think the MMDAs, that is something that they should be looking into.
Because it's in our bylaws.
Yes, to get these stray animals off the streets.
Yeah. It's very important. And when you're also driving, be mindful, because Sky and Francisca, I'm sure you've seen it elsewhere, people drive and they stop just for a long train of swans to cross the road before they move on and all of that.
Here we have the cattle.
No, they stop us. We don't stop for them. They stop.
Well, you see, so for instance, this particular dog, right? The question is whether in our database, if we do have one, it is possible to trace the owner.
Okay.
Because ideally, there will be consequences for such a situation. I don't know the specific details of where they found the dog, but if the dog was found outside its home, in a space where it ought not to be, the relevant national laws and bylaws should combine to impose appropriate penalty on the owner.
Correct.
Because it is not to be expected that a dog owned by someone will be loitering about. Our bylaws and our national laws are firm on that particular matter. So the question is whether, having rescued the dog, the National Fire Service people have been able to identify the name of the dog, the tag on it, if any, locate the owner, and to ask specific questions as to how come the dog left its home to be where it was, as to fall into that particular situation.
Because if that dog had died in the well and people didn't know, imagine the public health
implications for the water
it will pose for the people in Amamole, Canada Junction. So
and where is
this? That?
Amamole.
But
Canada
you see,
Junction.
that notwithstanding.
So before you come in,
sure.
so you see, when you establish all of those facts, then you can impose liability. So in fact, the cost of rescuing the dog, right? If it is determined that the owner was negligent and did not do what he ought to have done, there should be questions as to whether he was not then imposed with a liability to be able to pay back.
So we find
how
them.
much. Yeah, exactly, because we have used public resource that we should be using for other equally important problems to discharge this obligation we do have as a state. And if it is born out of someone's negligence,
then the person must
certainly
also,
there should be culpability.
some justice must be exacted.
In my respect.
So let me just take you through a very quick data set I have here put by our team on the status of the Ghana National Fire Service. I'm doing some agama here, right? So that the Interior Minister and those responsible for the sector will pay attention to the Ghana National Fire Service. So we are told approximately 235 fire attendants are in operation, though many are outdated and insufficient for national coverage. In Greater Accra, in all of Greater Accra, we have about 25 million people, and think about all our congested areas. We have just 25 functional but old fire attendants operating in Accra alone. In Ashanti region, you have 24 operational fire attendants with 1 out of service completely. Broken down tenders, 97 fire attendants reported as non-functional due to breakdown. This is data that's accurate till 2025. There are obsolete equipment. Many tenders and turntable ladders are over 22 years old, leading to calls for urgent retooling to avoid potential shutdowns. And I'm sure the authorities, they have all the figures. So we are commending the rescue team of three men who went to save one dog. Reminds us of the story of the man who left his 99 sheep and went to find one. So what are their names? Assistant Divisional Officer 1, ADO1 Nana Kobina Baini. He was the leader of the team of 3 to go rescue that dog. We are commending the team, and we are saying that same should be extended to everyone. But then, Sky, there's an issue of prank calls where most of the stations complain that many people call them at will and there's no serious emergency. I think we also need to take responsibility as a public not to abuse such offices.
Exactly. I mean, you see, it is a problem that is endemic in many parts of the world. And what some other countries have done happens to be the location of the people responsible, arresting them and prosecuting them. Because the principle is that if you engage a line that is meant to receive emergency calls and you are using it for frivolous purposes, what it means is that someone who would have been in dire distress, requiring urgent attention, would be denied because you have engaged a line, right? So that the state takes those, those cases of misconduct very seriously. And then you get prosecuted and punishment imposed because you did that. What we don't seem to have in our part of this, in our country, seems to be the force with which to prosecute people like that, who engage the line for very obvious, silly reasons. You don't often hear stories of the police or national security having investigated and found these people, because we hear that the prank calls, that the numbers are increasing. Exactly. So what is important is that we hope that as we talk about re-registration of numbers, mobile lines and all of these things, there is a system in place to find people who use or misuse our lines this way, so that they can be properly brought to justice, because it is clearly unacceptable.
Very important.
An officer who is engaged to be talking about your silly call could have been spending her time
doing something life-saving.
Exactly.
Very important. So as citizens, please.
Just yesterday, was it 2 days ago, Donald Trump's son apparently saw a video of someone who was being brutalized in the UK. And having seen that video, called the UK police immediately, and they went and saved a life. You see, imagine that officer was engaged in some prank call. And so it's important that as citizens, we don't do it. And where we do it, the state has a responsibility to find us and deal with us.
Absolutely. So we turn our attention away from that dog story, very heartwarming one for us, giving us some hope here and there. We'll be focusing on the New Patriotic Party, the largest opposition party. They have a week and a day to go to the poll to elect a flag bearer. And the former president has been speaking, minority leader has been speaking. There was a pact that was signed yesterday among the leading candidates, all the candidates in fact, to ensure there is peace before, during and after. It's important to have a strong opposition party, So we will turn our attention to that and look at the significance as well. President John Mahama has been speaking at Davos. He says partnership, not pity, is what we need. President Mahama spoke at the Accra Reset at Davos. We'll be bringing you highlights of those. Some of your comments have come in on the dog story. I'm excited. You're excited about it too. We'll bring you some of that. But people are winning big on 590 mobile just by dialing *959#. But it'd be like, say, boys don't know the rundown. Make I tell you, NLA has increased the playing time for your favorite 590 mobile from Monday to Saturday. Non-rush starts from 8:30 p.m. and closes at 1:25 p.m. the next day, while the evening draw starts at 1:30 p.m. closes at exactly 7:55 p.m. More time to stake and more to win more. Note Sunday Asida remains the same with no change. Catch all the 590 mobile evening live draws from Monday special to Sunday Asida GTV broadcast from 8 p.m. to 8:15 p.m. Always remember to stake responsibly. 590 mobile at Darwinsem. Call 0308-249-477 for any enquiries. Now, if you got a big dream and you are not sure where to start, Heritage Christian University helps you grow it while pursuing your degree. Scholar practitioner faculty will guide you to solve real-world challenges, whether your passion lies in business, computing, health, psychology, media, or theology. Heritage Christian University provides the path. You will experience university education that challenges you to dream, pursue, and achieve. We are accredited by the GTEC. 054-777-7731. Call this number or WhatsApp it. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. Now, our stories are all different. For some of us, it's the thrill of chasing our dream, of opening our own shop. For others, it's how we are able to tap our phones and pay for watching with no stress. Whatever your story is, Absa is ready with digital solutions, travel insurance, free international debit cards, flexible repayment options on loans, and countless other perks that actually matches your ambition. Whatever chapter you're on, Absa says we see your story. Your story matters, Absa. Get ready to boost your career with SIMA. Whether you're fresh out of university or climbing the corporate ladder, SIMA gives you real-world skills, global recognition, and a powerful network of over 689,000 professionals in 190 countries. So earn while you learn, unlock leadership and digital finance skills, and become a chartered global management accountant. No boring lectures. You will just enjoy flexible, self-paced online learning and study anytime and anywhere. So call us 026-301-1992. AICPA/SIMA.com is where to go. And this Valentine's Day, love takes flight with Africa World Airlines. Have you met someone special or united with a loved one on our flight? Share your story with a photo taken on or with your aircraft and stand a chance to win 2 return tickets. Send your story to celebrations@flyafricaworld.com. Send us a WhatsApp or email 0578-179-011. Send us an official WhatsApp. And we are running this to the 8th of February. Africa World Airlines, touching Africa, touching the world. Papa Sam joins us in the studio. It's been a while. We saw you on a Friday morning. Good to have you.
True. It's the weather.
It's the weather, no way.
Yeah, the weather.
No, it's
no, it's the weather. No, there is a financial weather.
Oh, the
financial weather.
It is what it is.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Yeah, it be so. Charlie, you know, I heard you people talking about the Kramai who fell into
Trapped in a
some
well,
prison.
yeah.
And then I hear Sky was saying, "Oh, what if they hadn't?" Or you were saying that, "What if they hadn't noticed that thing? Then people would be drinking." And they brought my attention to something that happened in Queens Hall, UST.
Okay.
That was where we left. There's a tank, water tank on top of the hall, which Charlie apparently some impete had landed in the tank for weeks. And brothers were drinking.
Oh my word!
So there was a problem, and I think the carpenters went up there to do something. And that's when they found out that Charlie, that he had loads of impete inside. So if you pass through Queens Hall between the years 1994, 95, Charlie, one impete.
You mean you should report to the nearest hospital?
Go ahead, have a check.
One will pick this you.
No, this morning fire service they made us happy. They've rescued the dog.
Yeah. But Charlie, this fire service matter. I have my own ideas about this fire service thing. Charlie.
Is it?
Yeah, look, we are investing.
Yeah.
The country has been trying to invest in the institution of Ghana National Fire Service.
Right.
But the protocols in managing fires,
Okay.
we have never highlighted the protocols.
Yeah, that's a big matter.
So it's like fetching water into a basket. Okay? When haven't you seen driving by the roadside in urban Accra, you see somebody burning bush?
Yeah.
With no regard to any protocol. It's like, I want to do what I want to do. At times they are burning bush by the roadside.
Sometimes on hydrants,
yes,
on pipelines, under street lights, under traffic lights.
Don't we have regulations?
Yeah, that's true.
So yes, fire service, yes, but how we behave, we should find a way of dealing with it. You can't just set up a shop anywhere because you own the land. Okay, you go to the marketplace, the markets, we don't even have access to some of the shops. And when there's fire outbreak, they come and say that government, come and help us. But government is telling you that what you are doing is not right. They say, hey.
Yeah.
And the government too fears because of vote. So the whole cycle repeats itself, and then we pretend that we are solving it, and our approach to solving it is just buy more, procure more, and live anyhow.
Yeah. So you're saying that the system itself and the protocols must be checked?
We need to.
Yeah.
We need to. Why do you burn bush anywhere? You are building. No, fire protocols,
nothing.
Zero, nothing. People go and build long
high-rise
buildings.
Yeah.
The high-rise buildings that we build, the fire service, our fire service, in its current form, does not have the equipment to manage such high-rise buildings. So I don't know why we are happy with the thing. I don't think any building taller than 10 meters, any building taller than 10 meters, or 10 meters,
like
or
10 floors or something.
No. The fire service, the equipment, I don't think they have anything. I think it's 15 meters. Anything beyond 15 meters,
they can't reach.
They don't have it like that. They have to stand outside and pour the water like me and you will do.
In 2026.
No, but
I thought they had invested in some long ladders.
We should do something.
Well, if they have now, then maybe I'm sorry about that. But what I knew, say 2 years ago, is that. But you have the tall buildings. If this is where we are going, the other time I was looking at the new Bank of Ghana building. Beautiful building.
Very beautiful and very
beautiful building.
Very long.
And I'm saying that, touch wood, if something happens, is our fire service ready to handle this kind of thing? I think this is where we should be going.
We should be thinking about this.
And
also they're using drones to fight
that's
fire.
Exactly where I'm going. We're talking about expanding our access points when it comes to, places where we get support internationally. the biggest country that is investing and developing drones, it's China. And they have built so much capacity in that space that it is possible to use drones in a meaningful way to deal with fire situations, especially when you're dealing with high-rise buildings like the one someone just spoke about, the BOG building. So I think that is one of the areas that the minister responsible for Interior, who has direct supervision over the National Fire Service, should be looking at, to see how we should not go begging all the time. We should be able to put aside some meaningful budget to get.
No, but there's Spanish money for the bus to come on. I know that's in the best you pass.
Yeah, that's right. We should set aside some budgetary allocation. Go and see the Chinese.
Yes.
They have developed the capacity and they are doing it. They are using drones to rescue people, using them to rescue animals, using them to deliver parcels, using them to actually deal with major fires. Exactly. So it is important. Beyond that, too, I think building supervision is another big matter. In other jurisdictions, consistently, where people live, where people work, they have routine, every other week, right? Or sometimes they do it just out of the blue, where you hear the alarm go off, and then you are required to move and assemble.
Assembly point.
Exactly. It is a way of consistently putting that in your mind, that this is what you do when this happens. But if you go to many of our public and private institutions, do we do that?
They don't prepare for
Exactly.
danger.
And then also, do you find fire extinguishers and related firefighting equipment
Most have been
in
there
many
for
of our
years,
spaces?
actually. If they are there, they are probably expired.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Including our homes, there's a requirement. You should have them. But how many people have those things in their kitchen, let alone...
I'm thinking about it.
Exactly. So, fire service people would have to come to your workspace, certify the place that it is fit for purpose, that you have done the things that you need to do. But how many of our workplaces have those things? How many of our homes? You understand? So let's do our part.
You know the funny thing, I've had this gas in the cylinder for more than 5 years. I was told it has expired. I needed to discard it, so I had to let the right people come pick it, because I know they use it to therefore just re-engineer the whole thing. So some of these things are things we probably take for granted, but it's good that through these conversations we are having we are reminding ourselves so that we all do the right thing.
Meanwhile, the
about
officers who
emergency
embarrassed
drills.
them recently, they need to bring them to book. I know they are investigating the matter. The ones
who were...
Yeah,
yes.
we have not forgotten about
I think that during the accountability series, it was mentioned that they were interdicted and that they will be dealt with. The president also said that when he visited GBC. Okay, so for proper designed high-rise buildings, riser mains with hose reels at each floor are provided. Furthermore, this is Engineer Kwabena Bimpon sharing some insights with us with a photograph here. It says that for properly designed high-rise buildings, something called riser mains with loose reels at each floor are provided.
So those big,
those round
things, you see them in this high-rise
in
building.
Parliament.
So you pull it, yes, exactly.
600 or something. Furthermore, underground water tanks with reserve firefighting water is designed to always remain in the tank. So it sends a photograph where you have the riser main, so a breaching inlet. So the tender is there, the track that comes from the fire service is there. Then it connects to the hose all the way up. Because something air vent, fire fighting shaft, landing valve, and some interesting things. So importance of these things and emergency drills, basically, we are talking about this morning.
Okay, so Kwabena is saying that fire service is resourced to deal with all the high rise.
No, so I think his submission is that while they may not be fully equipped with everything modern to deal with some of these challenges, in the design and the building of the buildings, there are requirements, including this thing that he's talking about. So when you go into some of these spaces, you find some big, it looks like a reel, the one we're using for TV production recently, big like that. So it has some their rope around it. So they pull that when there is any connect it, and then you can service a floor that is about maybe 10 floors up or 11 floors up. Yeah. The question is whether after installing them, they service them. That's another big matter, because it is their job to certify these things and be sure that they are functional. Again, you need sensors in your rooms, in your offices, so that if there's fire, they detect it quickly and then something can be done about it.
The thing with the sensors, though, we may need to do ones that are sensitive to, when we are cooking, the way we cook, it easily triggers that. But now, Bobby Thomas, he can easily make that thing go.
Professionals need to do that. I remember that when I was in the UK, Charlie, I was preparing some stew. The fire alarm. No. That your fire alarm. It wasn't the stew. It was the scent of the stew that provoked the fire alarm. The Kobe scent can provoke a fire alarm. The alarm itself will cause.
Oh my God.
Alarm that is supposed to be doing ping is doing wow.
Oh my God. Grandma Eleanor sends a message. She's a retired fire officer, and she says saving the dog from drowning is rescue work. The Ghana National Fire Service is established to save lives and render humanitarian services. It also saves property from fires. Thanks for praising the Ghana National Fire Service. Yeah.
Charlie, I missed my flight. I missed my flight years ago.
Oh, okay.
On my way to Heathrow. Charlie, that one was Ghana Airways.
Okay.
Charlie, so major traffic.
Okay.
And I eventually missed the flight.
Okay.
It turns out that these people, they call them RSPCC or whatever.
Okay.
They've been rescuing animals.
Oh.
Some stray dog was just perambulating around, and they blocked traffic.
It was gallivanting around.
And then, Charlie, the time I saw the dog, they used some net to be something.
Rescue the guy.
By the time I got there, the Ghana was just flying. Because if it be Ghana, it would be crying the best fast dog, corner to them.
And then I am going, baby. Oh my God.
Hey, I'm
It's interesting. It's interesting. This dog matter has given us a good morning. But yesterday, a very important event took place at Alisa Hotel. I want to take your attention there. A former president spoke there. The minority leader also spoke there. I'm talking about the peace pact that was signed among the aspirants who are putting themselves up to be voted for as flag bearer for the new Patriotic Party in exactly a week and a day. That will be happening. So I'll take you to Alisa Hotel in a second. Former president. It was good to see him again. No, it's been a while. Yeah, Showboy was in town. President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and he's urged the party flag bearer aspirants and supporters to prioritize unity and discipline as the party heads into its primary. So let's listen to Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
After the first presidential primaries of the new Patriotic Party, once the party chose Professor Albert Edubohe as our flag bearer, all the other aspirants, including Dr. Kofi Jane Selby, Mr. John Ajekum Kufuor, and Dr. Kwame Safwedu, closed ranks and supported him. I was campaign manager of the flag bearer at the time, and I saw firsthand what unity meant, how discipline, sacrifice, and collective purpose strengthened the party even under the most difficult conditions of the time. That spirit must guide us still. Fellow patriots, a party that cannot manage victory with humility or defeat with dignity cannot expect to win the confidence of the Ghanaian people. As we are reminded, a house divided against itself cannot stand. In such a house is certainly not attractive to the electorate. Ghanaians are watching not only what we say, but also how we behave. I know the campaign has generated some heat among aspirants and supporters. I believe I'm qualified to say and we have seen it all before. Do not be discouraged by the excesses. The thirst for power and the unity required to win power must combine to motivate us to choose fraternity over factionalism once the primaries are over. Permit me another personal reflection. In 1998, I contested the presidential primaries and came second to John Agyekum Kufuor, subsequently the second president of the Fourth Republic. When the contest ended, I did not hesitate. I became his chief campaigner. That decision was not about convenience. It was about conviction. The unity we demonstrated then helped deliver the first historic presidential victory of the NPP in 2000. And when years later, it became my turn, beginning in 2008, I received the same level of loyalty and support from those who had once competed against me. That tradition of fraternity carried us through difficult moments and enabled us to win and serve God. This is the inheritance we must protect. We should never forget that the ideology of the new patriotic party remains deeply attractive to the majority of Ghanaians. Our commitment to individual liberty and the respect for human rights, private enterprise, the rule of law, human development in a society of shared prosperity resonates across this country. When we falter, it is rarely because our ideas have failed. This peace pact, this commitment pact, is therefore not a mere ceremony.
So that was President Akufo-Addo. Also there was the minority leader and MP for Futu, who described life in opposition as painful and lonely and cautioned that a fragmented party risks not only losing the 2028 general elections but also weakening its influence in parliament.
Opposition is painful and lonely. We know this. Good friends don't pick up calls. They ignore us and they find new friends. We are living it. We feel it every day. And surely, none of us wants to remain there. We want power to serve, to transform lives, and to move Ghana forward. But power does not come through division. Power comes through discipline. Power comes through unity. Power comes through sacrifice. Let us therefore rise above anger. Let us rise above insults. Let us rise above short-term emotions for long-term victory. Let us protect the party that has given us voice, purpose, and hope. And when the contest is over, let us close ranks, lock arms, and march forward together, stronger, wiser, and united towards victory 2028. Our future depends on it. Our party depends on it. And Ghana is counting on us. Acting Chair, colleagues here gathered, political competition is a necessary and healthy feature of every democracy. However, it is how that competition is managed, particularly in moments of heightened ambition and strong emotion, that defines the maturity of a political party and ultimately the stability of the nation. Internal party elections are not merely contests among individuals. They are tests of institutional strength, discipline, and commitment to shared values. The choice to focus on peace at this stage is therefore both timely and commendable. Peace does not happen by accident. It is the product of deliberate leadership, clear rules, mutual respect, and a collective decision to place the long-term interests of the party and the country above short-term personal gain.
So that was Fanyo Marking speaking yesterday, minority leader and MP for Futu. So yesterday we saw the body language of the candidates who have put themselves up to be elected to, lead the torch, hold the flag for the party into the 2028 general election. Was the Peace Pact coming, did they come a bit too late, given all the salvos we've seen fired on the campaign trail already, or this is just the right time as we have a week and a day to go into the election? Or some fire is necessary, some
no,
on the
I
campaign trail.
think
a bit of it.
Sky, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Peace Pact is not part of their script, generally speaking, but it's, if you like, a response to the signals that they are observing. Right. So I wouldn't say that it's come too late, but it's come at a time, if you like, to slow down tempers. I think that's the whole idea, and I hope it does exactly what the objectives are.
And I did hear President Akufo-Addo mention why it's important that after the elections people bury their differences, because when he lost he became the chief campaigner for President Kufuor, and then also because when it was his time, then those who also lost became. See that happen in this particular one.
He's a leader, so.
Correct.
You expect a leader to speak the way he's speaking. But the question I ask all the time when I hear things like that, and I covered that thing, so I can talk about it. Not on one occasion did Akufo-Addo insult President Kufuor,
right,
or say negative things, toxic things about him. So it's only natural that after the whole cycle of elections,
could then work with
him. I can understand that, yes. Somebody must confront the issues that are not consistent with the culture of the party. You understand? If A is not good, let's call them out that what you are doing is not good.
Some window dressing.
This thing of let's do Peace Pact, yes. And I'm not saying that Peace Pact is not good, but beyond that, let's call out those who are doing the wrong things. So that when they go ahead to do the wrong things, there will be some kind of remedy or punishment for that. It's not to pamper people, pamper them, make them feel good about the wrong they are doing. Okay? I mean, you can't go and be attacking people, insulting people because you want to be a leader. And then when you become the leader, you expect the same person that you are insulting to come around and support you. That's hypocrisy.
So people should be called out, beyond the Peace Pact, I'm of the view that, listen, we have seen those who have uttered what particular statement that were not in good taste, plain insults, call them out, tell them we are not going to tolerate this, and so that when that happens, that we know how to do it. And my concern, Sky, is beyond the main characters on the platforms. If you go beyond them and listen to their core supporters, those who speak for them, and those who say they believe in their character, their ideology, and the change they are promising. If you read and engage the kind of exchanges they are having on public platforms, it is difficult. It beggars belief, really, because it gets to a point where it gets distasteful,
Yeah, I agree with you there, and I think that Cement, made the point, and I endorse the point fully, that it is the job of national leadership to hold persons who go wayward in the course of seeking party leadership accountable. What we have not had in this country is the party leaders generally developing the kahunas to deal with people who go wayward in the course of running for national offices. Of course, I must admit that we seem to have seen a lot more order from the NDC's, the NDC stock, because hardly do you find people go very rogue the way you find in the NPP, and the NDC leadership will not come down hard and deal with people. You are summoned to come and explain or defend, and in appropriate cases, you are dealt with. We saw how Josiah was dealt with because of how the late Josiah, because of how he conducted himself in a way that brought the party's image into disrepute.
There are different cultures.
Exactly.
They are cultured differently.
Exactly.
The towering leadership of Jerry Rawlings, and everybody aligned to his leadership, and then MPP coming in, everybody thinks that we are equals, and so I also have a say, and that's what is the problem that they are facing now.
Exactly. So you saw in the case of Michael Tenyao, he granted an interview to us. I did that interview. Within hours, the MDC people and party leadership went heavily on him, summoned him. He couldn't properly, defend himself in the party's view, and he was sanctioned accordingly. We've seen that with countless members, bigwigs of the party, who went rogue and were dealt with. The problem the MPP has, which is what Samens has rightly articulated, is that some people appear to feel too big to be controlled by the leadership of the party. So first of all, they feel that they are too big, and then also they have very little regard, if they do have one, for the leadership of the party, especially the current leadership. So then you have a situation where people are saying all kinds of things which ideally should not be left alone, but for some reason the party leadership is unable to crack the whip.
But some also argue that perhaps the party leadership has conducted itself in a manner that it has lacked the moral authority to call people to order when they think they have gone off script. You get me?
I think those are valid points, and if people have evidence to back the same, I mean, they are at liberty to account that level of irresponsibility to the party leadership. But the question is, you as a person seeking to provide leadership for the party, should you not conduct yourself in a way as to ensure that bringing all the elements together after the elections becomes easier? You understand? Because yes, political contests within or outside parties will always create heated moments, right? But the question is whether those should not be measured in a way as to ensure decorum, so that yes, we are competing on the basis of the things we say we represent. What is your vision for getting the MPP back to power? On what set of principles or what sense of policies? Let's engage that. What did you do in office? Did you show that you were worth our time as a people? Can you account to the people of Ghana that you use your time in a way that was responsible, and that if we give you the opportunity again, you will be able to lead us in a meaningful way? Have you demonstrated in your years of service to this country in various capacities, as a member of parliament, as a board chairman, as a general secretary of the party, as what? All the people seeking to lead the party. It should be on the basis of serious ideas that we can interrogate.
And their track record.
Exactly, not, how best you can insult or how best you can attack. I don't think those are completely unacceptable.
Or I have more money than you.
I don't think that, no.
I'll take a few steps back, because beyond what is happening within the party is also the image the party is transmitting to the broader public, so that for those who are not deeply entrenched into party politics and don't care what becomes of a party, what the party actually does actually influences people's perceptions of the conduct of the party. I mean, it's a year after we went to an election. Fine, another party is going to elect a flag bearer. If you look at how the party has conducted itself, or the main candidates and their supporters have conducted themselves within the party, you're seeking to attract votes beyond your core. And I don't know how you read, Kakra, what the MPP has been going and how they've been conducting themselves beyond their flag bearership thing.
No, this is a trap question.
On trap it for me. I mean, how do you, when you are watching this let me make it on trap up. This piece back in as you watch them.
By
when
go through your question, yes, threw me back to Sky. In 2008.
Right.
When Sky, you were covering that focal issue. I think that was much worse than what we are seeing. And you remember?
Yeah, I remember that it was far beyond. I think it was in 2012ish thereabout. Right. Yeah, before 2012 elections. Yes, sir.
2012 rather.
That's right. Before the 2012 election.
Where Apfoko was accused of being an Alan agent.
In terms of the presidential elections. Oh yes, that was in 2008.
Yes,
before the 2008.
2008.
Legon, and it was
where they said that he was giving
dollars,
and people were slapping. Oh, Charlie. I mean, I was going to see them, and then I heard the first slap, and I went to the BAM library.
You went to pick your book.
That was bad.
But Sky, and I have to be brutally frank. I think the symptoms that we see with the MPP signals a weak central leadership of the party. It signals a weak central leadership of the party, and I can say that with no variableness at all. And this is Bible English. Because we have seen, I mean, if you had BJ Darocha on top of affairs, who dare you? I mean, look, when Darocha was there, Ejeni Mboating, Darocha chairman Ejeni Mboating was his PA. Ejeni Mboating then became general secretary. Okay? After Darocha handed over to Peter Alajete. Who dare you?
Correct.
After Peter Alajete, he handed over to Samuel Odoi Sykes. Odoi Sykes handed over to Harun Eseku. You see, what I'm saying is that the quality of leadership speaks volumes. And what we see now with the MPP, I think there are question marks about the central leadership. And if they want to confront the whole overhauling of the MPP, that's where it should start.
It should start from there.
You see, that was the reason why you would remember that much earlier, I think it was last year, when the whole idea was floated that the party should hold presidential elections before determining the fate of the current leadership. I thought that it was completely unacceptable. It was odd. And they were taking the wrong steps.
Right.
Because you have a situation where a crop of people presided over the mess that the party currently finds itself in. And traditionally, you would have expected that the party people would determine whether the same leadership should continue steering the affairs of the party. Somehow, some people felt that it was a brilliant idea to hold a presidential election. Of course, they have argued why they believe that it is in the interest of the party to do so. It would avoid, an implosion and all the things that they have argued. My respectful view is that I disagree with that. Because, truth be told, if you look at the quality of leadership currently prevailing within the party, and you compare that, as Samen stated, to what prevailed in the past, there's a vast difference in terms of the quality of leadership, the courage to take bold decisions and tell people that they can go to wherever they want to go to, and the party will survive. And we saw that in 2008. After the Legon elections, when Alan Tremanting felt that subsequently his supporters, in his words, were being vilified across the country, despite the assurances he had received from Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he was no longer going to continue his membership of the party. He resigned. Now, that letter ultimately got to the party leadership. We saw BJ Darocha of blessed memory, who came out, wrote a livid response, if my memory serves me correctly, or publicly communicated a position that Alan is not bigger than the MPP. They have seen grace in this party. And if he feels that he cannot use channels within the party to deal with these matters, he should be left on the ledge. Subsequently, reason prevailed, and he came back. But you see, that was a bold leadership communicating that you are not bigger than the vessel you seek to steer. If it becomes the case that you are too big to actually steer a particular vehicle, which attracts all kinds of people into it, then there's a problem. Exactly. So there are question marks, bold question marks about the current leadership of the party, and it is for the party people to determine whether on the evidence the people currently in charge deserve another term in office. In my respectful view, I think on the facts, they have not done justice to their leadership, and something has got to give.
So right, let me Kakwa, let me invite you and let me leave you without asking you any question to come into this conversation you've been observing
So
for
I
a while,
can
and I'm
depart from the
interested in
trap.
yes. You have been rescued by National Service, Fire Service.
You see, I personally do not enjoy conversations about Ghana's politics, but ironically, I love politics. I can't wait to get my hands on any book about politics.
Right.
It's just, in my opinion and in my view, pointless watching our political culture. So let's take the NPP right now and the peace agreement that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Forget the lack of decorum that we've seen in some of their campaigns, the things that are being said about each other in the bid to get to lead the party. For me, what's the purpose of politics? What function should it perform? I believe that the purpose of politics should be driven towards our development or our transformational development. But our political culture has over the years failed totally, in my opinion, once again, failed to do that. It's sort of redirected from putting in place a certain governance, a certain structure to run, the country towards a certain end. And it's become an avenue for party interest, for parochial individual interest. The other day I was saying I don't think that our MPs are representative enough of their constituencies. So when I listen to the opposition, and I'm listening to them with the perception that they are an alternative government in waiting, I'm saddened when I'm not hearing things about how they are going to transform or transition the great ideas that sit in a NDPC report, some of which Uncle Sam brought us weeks ago, the last time he was here, from our industrialization to basic amenities being provided, our transportation, how we are managing this country, the big Ghana agenda, the big Ghana vision. I don't see how our politics serves as a tool to achieve some of these things. So I have a very lethargic attitude towards
what do you want
politics.
to see different?
No, so my expectation is that an opposition, and this is not particularly about the NPP. This is about what I believe or expect from an opposition, an alternative government or a government that is in waiting. I will be interested in connecting those dots, the ideas, how we are going to implement properly, not the kind of implementation that we see that is quite cosmetic and you don't necessarily see where it's going. The politics must serve the people. And when the politics fails to serve the people, then it becomes a whole gimmickry, becomes a
people
performance.
lose interest in
Exactly. And for me, it's a big put off. I think that as citizens we need to start asking questions. We need to start asking for the proper use of politics as a tool for the transformation and development of our society. And so can I be Uncle Sam, can I be blunt and say I don't care about their peace pact? I don't care.
You think the pact will make an impact?
But she doesn't. She says she doesn't care, so she can't feel that.
But the process of selecting the people always creates some heat, won't it? Some clashes here and there, some drama.
You see, because then it becomes a personality fight within a fight among different personalities. But it's about, but rightly said, it is about people. It is about people and not personalities.
Right. Kakra, the truth is that, you see, your nation will always frustrate you. But it will sometimes give you cause to hope, right? The same way, you would have political parties frustrating you all the time. But there will be times that you'll give you a glimmer of hope, something that you want to hold on to and say, oh, it will get better. The truth is, nobody should be happy about the state of our affairs. And nobody should be happy about the state of the NDC, the state of the NPP, the state of the CPP, because we always expect more, and that is what we should expect. Now, if everybody says that because we feel frustrated, because we feel that the things we want are undermined, and that the political leadership at various levels is failing, and we don't want to care about what they do, that is how we get to where we are. Imagine, we are talking. This is where we are. Imagine we are not talking. We say that,
that's not my position. My little disagreement is not that we expect more. Ghanaians expect really the fundamentals, the basics, which we are not even getting. If we're in a country and we're every day talking about water, sanitation, roads, we are not getting the basics. So it's not about expecting more. It's expecting at least the minimum. And that continues to be a conversation that we are having. I'm not saying that we should not care about it. I'm saying I don't care about it. I don't think Ghanaians care about it, because what Ghanaians care about is what impacts their daily lives.
Whether their taps are flowing.
To date, have we even resolved these transportation issues?
No,
have we fully resolved it?
Not yet.
If we've procured more buses for people to be able to move about, what about the next 10 years? What happens to our transportation? We're going to come back here. And so for me, the conversation really should not be about their intent. The MPP, in my opinion, their problem is not peace. Their problem is unity. Their problem is unity.
But everybody's a big man.
If
everybody's a big man, where is unity going to come from?
But you see, their individual or party parochial interests have overtaken what should be the public's, the citizens' interests.
You see,
so you put
you see, this is not. It's not novel.
Yes.
And you see, Nanado made a point yesterday. There will always be disagreements like that. Sometimes very ferocious, sometimes very acerbic.
Pascal, they should stop the insulting. You see, that's the only. It's so childish to be insulting and using toxic language.
Somebody must punish somebody.
You know, why do you do that?
So there's a message here. The confusion in the NPP will continue. As you guys are rightly articulating, the NPP have to unhypocritically solve the central leadership crisis. Even though Baumia will win the flag bearership race, he will lose the general election in 2028. At any point in time, if he became president, it will be total horror for the nation because... Okay, I cannot continue from here. Thank you for that. Anyway, we have an interview coming up, and the president has been speaking at Davos. But before I take you to Davos for the president's speech quickly and all, what should the NPP be doing differently? Very quickly.
I think it's not just the MPP on this particular question.
Yeah.
I think we need to have a rethink of this our democracy business and the so-called delegate system. Okay. Did I read somewhere about the power of an uneducated voter?
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now, you have a delegate community who believe that being a delegate is another career option.
What's your career? I'm a delegate.
What's your career?
I'm a professional delegate.
Yeah, a professional delegate, because that's where you can extract money
12 years
from.
Experience.
You know, so if you have a group of people who are, most of them unemployed, idle, and their mainstay is being delegates so that they can get money from, you are not doing yourself any favors, because that means that the quality of their choices likely to be skewed in favor of their stomachs.
Yeah.
So as you are saying this.
No, I mean that's the problem we are facing.
Right.
And every politician who has put themselves up for elections will confirm what I'm telling you. So you go to the districts, you go to the constituencies, the delegates are there. The first interaction they have with you is that they need money from you. Now, if you don't have the money, they'll vote for the person that has the money. or the person that comes from their ethnic group. So when we read the text about democracy and we practice this kind of democracy, and yet we expect positive outcomes of our whole process, then we are becoming a joke.
Here's a message. Kakra is seriously speaking the mind of many a Ghanaian. Politics indeed must benefit the people. Sad way of doing things in Ghana. I also don't care about the so-called peace pact. Okay, let me take you to...
I just want to make a quick point. One of the transformative leaders of our recent generation happens to be Lee Kuan Yew, and I've read his thoughts generally on the matter of democracy and the conditions that must be prevalent in a country before democracy can actually take root. And he takes the view that it should not be something that should be forced from outside by people who have no understanding of the local conditions of people and the national affairs of a particular people, to say that, oh, get democracy and everything else will work. And that, in his view, evidence suggests that it doesn't work that way. And that you need a certain level of education, literacy in a country before you can start talking about democracy.
Right.
It is valid for party level elections and for national level elections and for local government level elections. Because, as Samen stated, you expect that people who are making decisions are informed about the decisions they want to make.
Right.
And that they believe that they have read through the documents or the promises that have been made, and they are persuaded on the basis of their own understanding of affairs as to who will be the right person to provide the needed leadership to transform their lives and the lives of all of us. But you see, where the question of how much you get as opposed to how much promise there is in the promise that has been made, and the capacity of the person making the promise to deliver the same, that is what guides your decision, then we are in trouble.
Fair enough.
So going forward, I hope that again, there will be conversations around whether we can properly tweak our democracy to make it much more meaningful.
Very well. We have friends from Cracks Training Institute. They'll join us shortly, but I just want to bring you a quick clip from Davos, and then we'll tie it all in Davos.
The Alliance for African Multilateral Financial Institutions and the Confederation of Indian Industry. This afternoon, I stand before you as an African leader born in the heady days of post-independence Africa. Growing up, I could feel the excitement of my parents and their generation about the possibilities of our newly won freedom and the right to manage our own affairs. My country, Ghana, will celebrate its 70th anniversary of independence from colonial rule in March next year. In the relatively short span of 7 decades, we've been through a lot. We've seen coups d'etats and periods of democratic governance. We've lived through the Cold War, witnessed the fall of the Berlin Wall. We're excited about the advent of globalization, and we came together as a global family to work on the MDGs, the SDGs, and climate change. Today, as I address you here in Davos, one thing is clear. Our world as we know it is at an inflection point. The global multilateral governance system, universally agreed and accepted after the Second World War, is breaking down. Bilateral relations among nations are increasingly becoming transactional, and many state and non-state actors are acting unilaterally in pursuing their own national and parochial interests. Africa has lagged behind in the past decades following liberation from colonial rule, and has been trapped in cycles of conflict and multidimensional poverty. Africa has thrived on handouts and humanitarian assistance from the developed world. While no specific name has yet been coined for the new global system that will emerge, Africa intends to be at the table in determining what that new global order will look like. Africa must pull itself up by its own bootstraps. Global humanitarian assistance is shrinking, and many developed countries, including Europe, are compelled to cut overseas development assistance and increase defense spending by the new reality of an unpredictable ally across the Atlantic. The COVID experience was a wake-up call. Africa was the last continent to begin receiving vaccines amid a global pandemic. But for the immunological profile and resilience of our African population, many millions would have died in that pandemic. And that is why I'm grateful, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, that you made time to be a part of this afternoon's Davos convening of the Accra Reset Initiative on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum. Just last September at the UN General Assembly, I introduced the Accra Reset Initiative, not as another declaration, not as a wish list, but as a practical answer to a question millions of young Africans are asking: what should Africa's response be in a changing global order? Today in Ghana, we're answering that question. We're resetting our country. We're cutting waste, we're restoring hope, and we're building systems that work. In my first year of being back in office, we've shown that democracy works, and that change is possible when leadership is focused and accountable to the people. From a debt-distressed, crisis-ridden economy, we've achieved an impressive turnaround with a stable macroeconomy characterized by single-digit inflation, a strengthened currency, and increased business confidence.
So that was President Mahama calling on African countries to invest boldly in skills, industrial capacity and unity, warning that the continent risks underdevelopment in a fast-changing global economy if it fails to act decisively. Let's hope that they will listen to themselves and do right by us. You know, we are looking for leadership.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that, you see, we need selfless people to actually push the agenda of African unity. Absolutely. Nkrumah started many years ago. His peers, as of that time, many of them didn't see reason in what he was doing. Yes. And we are where we are. The need for it hasn't gone away. Sure. If you look at what's happening globally, the talk of a multipolar world as opposed to the unipolar world that we had seen since the fall of, since the Second World War. It would seem that African leaders have got to rethink their positions, and something must happen. Even if it is not happening to say that we have one president as the whole of Africa, there should be meaningful integration. Absolutely. So that we have a group of people who can speak to for us on the international stage with one voice. The idea that Ghana will go and negotiate, Togo will go and say what they want to do, it will not help anybody. That is what the global powers want. And they will keep us there if we don't do anything about it.
We have friends from Cracks Trading Institute joining us. We'll take a very quick break. When we're done, we'll tell you all they have in offer for you. Stay with us.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink, and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva Tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055-00-322-31. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
When you hit the road, anything can happen. Drive with motor insurance that's fast, reliable, and always there when it matters. Whether it is comprehensive motor insurance, third-party fire and theft, or third-party only, Provident Insurance will sort you out. Insure or renew from January to March and enjoy fuel coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Drive confident, drive protected. Visit any Provident Insurance branch nationwide, our agency outlets, or licensed brokers. You can also call 050-937-4928 for inquiries or visit providencegh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN number for corporate clients and for all motor insurance transactions in line with NIC directives.
With Provident, plan your cover. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
So we're happy to welcome our friends from Cracks Training Institute and ABE Ghana to the studio to have a quick conversation about what code Cracks is cracking with ABE and one of the beneficiaries of that code that they've cracked. So ABE Level 6 Diploma in Business Management is a UK accredited degree equivalent qualification. It's designed for ambitious professionals seeking faster academic recognition without the traditional university route. So Dr. Isaac Yeboah is the country manager for ABE Ghana. Yes. Doc, good to see you.
Yes, good
and
to see
Barata.
you too.
Nice to have you. Barata Akefi, CEO Cracks International Institute. Good to have you again.
Thank you.
Eric Afado is a recent ABE Level 6 graduate and Safety Communications Consult, CEO of Safety Communications Consult. CEO, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good. So, Doc, let me start with you. For listeners who are hearing about the ABE for the very first time, what exactly is the ABE Level 6 Diploma about, and how does it compare academically to a traditional bachelor's degree?
Thank you. Yes, ABE is a UK awarding body. We offer qualification in business management, entrepreneurship, leadership, sustainability, tourism, and hospitality management.
Right.
ABE offers qualification from level 2 to level 6.
Okay.
So the level 6 is the highest qualification that a learner may attain. And so level 6 entails 6 modules.
Okay.
And each module is weighted 20 credit. So the total qualification weight is 120 credit, which makes it comparable to a bachelor degree.
Oh.
So therefore, what opportunity a bachelor degree holder is having, the ABE Level 6 provide the same. So what I mean is that with ABE Level 6, you have the opportunity to secure yourself a well-paid employment and also offer academic progression into a higher qualification, i.e. MBA and its equivalent.
In different jurisdictions.
Different jurisdictions. I
Okay.
want to add that ABE is an globally recognized qualification.
Right.
And so in addition to the level 6, the value is that it's highly recognized in over 70 countries.
Sorry, how long does it take to do this program?
Level 6 takes a year.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, there's often skepticism around alternative pathways. Can you clarify the recognition of ABE Level 6 in Ghana and internationally, particularly in terms of degree equivalence and progression to master's programs?
ABE is regulated by OFQA UK.
Okay.
And OFQA is like Ghana GTech.
Oh.
And we've been on the Ghanaian market for over a decade now. And throughout the years, we've built positive relationships with our stakeholders, i.e. employers, the regulator, that is GTech. So GTech has recognized our qualification to its equivalent local qualifications. So for instance, if you have our level 3, it's equivalent to the UK A level and also equivalent to WASI. If you have our level 4, it's equivalent to degree level 100. If you have our level 5, it's equivalent to higher national diploma, what we normally say HND. And if you have our level 6, it's comparable to a bachelor's degree. Yes, so I mean, ABE, you are rest assured. I am a product of ABE, and you will be hearing from
CEO Eric Afado. Very well. So let me engage Barata very quickly and find out why Cracks Training Institute decides to focus on the ABE Level 6, and who in Ghana would you say this program is specifically designed for? Cracks is spelled with an X, C-R-U-X.
Yes, thank you very much. I think for us at Cracks Training Institute, it was a no-brainer.
we've been running professional courses for a few years now, and a lot of our stakeholders that we engage in, we realize that a lot of people are frustrated when they don't have the usual academic routes, go to level, go to SHS, finish, go to university and work. And we have lots of people in the industry like that for one reason or the other. Probably they couldn't get to university, but they've done various courses, diplomas, other things. And the thing is that these are very well-rounded people. These are people who have achieved a lot in the workspace. But they still need to resolve that issue of their academic credentials.
Some papers.
And exactly. And sometimes there's frustration because they look at the journey. The traditional universities will not recognize those things. You have to go and start from level 100, level 200, and they are thinking about, hey, you have 3 kids, and hey, you have to balance job. It becomes a difficulty to go and start. Exactly. But when we look at the pedigree of ABE, when we look at the content of what they are teaching, and when we look at the fact that they've resolved their academic credentials with the regulator, then really, as I said earlier, it became a no-brainer.
So this is for professionals.
This is for professionals. This is for people, and because of our target audience also, and the people, we've made it very flexible. It's a weekend class. About 80% is delivered virtually. You come to school probably once a month in person. You have people outside of Accra, various places who are taking the course 100% virtual. And the good thing also is that ABE assesses you by assignment. So for those who have a phobia of written exams, it becomes a relaxed atmosphere. It becomes a relaxed atmosphere for them to work, do the work. The content is solid, and they are able to go through their credentials and have what it takes to progress. And I think, as I said, it was just a perfect solution for us, and for most of our students also. It's been
brilliant.
Very beneficial.
So Eric, take us back. Where were you when you decided? What was your situation when you decided to take on the ABE level 6, and what motivated you to choose this route instead of the traditional university path?
Okay, thank you once again, and thanks to your listeners. Let me take it this way. I would say ABE designed for corporate Ghana. Now, in 2004, when I left high school, and there were a lot of, life happened and all that. So 21 years later, what can I do? But I need to upgrade myself as a CEO of a company. You need a lot of technical, professional touches so that you can fit in some
spaces.
Meetings. Exactly. So when I heard about Cracks Institute, I placed a call. I asked all the questions I would ask. And then, by God's grace, I had the green light to start. And by God's, I'm done.
Wow.
In fact, the class is such that it's very flexible. The organizers or the coordinators will not demand you to be in the classroom for like 4 times in the week.
So physical classroom,
physical, online.
It's a virtual one.
And then they record all the sessions. So you have everything. So like I said, ABE is designed for corporate Ghana. So even if you have your degrees or all that, when you come on ABE, you realize that it's a different thing altogether.
Nice.
Though I didn't have my normal degree at the time, but I realized that it's so flexible that it makes you, you have time to do a lot of things for yourself. Right. So it's a blessing for me as Eric to be part of the, yes.
Let's talk about what has changed. A lot of times people go through some programs, they say, okay, I have another certificate, and I didn't feel I had any real value for the certificate I got. What has changed with you as a CEO that you say practically, academically, it was because you took this course?
Okay, so my thought when it comes to CSR changed.
Okay.
My thought on digital marketing changed.
Okay.
So I realized, no, there's a lot I need to learn.
Right.
Because I went somewhere and then someone asked me, which school did I go to? I said, oh, not yet. But because the person was expecting to do something at the time,
right? But
when I went through the course, I thought, I should have done ABCD. So therefore, it has changed my mind, and I'm still planning to do more with Cracks Institute to some of their programs so that I can fit in so well in the
Which of their programs did you take?
I did Marketing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which other programs are you running, and when are you open? Enrollment, fees, flexibility, and all of that.
Okay, so the ABE has 3 strands.
Right.
So there is the pure business management strand, and then we have business management with HR, and we have business management with marketing.
Okay.
So these are the strands that people come in to do. As we said, it's for a year. This February we are opening another admission for the next cohorts to start, which means that if you join the February cohorts by November, you'll be done.
Wow.
Yes.
So where and how can we reach you?
Beautiful. So I think that we will leave our numbers. You can also check out our website at cracks.edu.gh. So cracks, as you said, spelled CRUX, X for xylophone, .edu.gh, and then our socials at Cracks Institute, so all the social media handles. And very importantly, you can get us on 055 222 2217.
That's very simple
Yes,
and easy. 055 222 2217.
You can send us a WhatsApp or a text or give us a buzz, and we are going to take care of it.
Fantastic. I've been talking to Dr. Isaac Yaboa, Country Manager, ABE Ghana, Barata Akefi, CEO, Cracks Training Institute, and Eric Apodo, recent ABE Level 6 graduate and Safety Communications Consult. Finally, you have a final word. I should repeat the number again.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Hey, this man. 055 222 2217. 055 222
Thank you.
You
very
call
much.
and we take good care of you. Dog and gentlemen, thank you so much for passing.
Thank you for having us.
Great. Have a great weekend. Very shortly, we'll bring you Effective Living series this morning. My guest is Timothy Jikunu, and we are talking about putting your SME house in order. JSET Consulting. That's coming your way shortly. Stay tuned.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Is there anything better than winning a bet? Well, with Betway's world first bet influencer feature, there is now. When you place a bet with Betway, you will generate a unique code. By sharing these codes, you will earn 4% off every wager in cash. And when word starts spreading, the returns start rising. No matter the outcome, you can score big. It's easy to create your own codes. Choose your favorite teams and send to your friends anytime, anywhere. So, what are you waiting for? Start betting, sharing, and winning with Bet Influencer. Brought to you by Betway. Watch the next video for all the details. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. No under 18. Bet the responsible way. Betway. Get way more.
Looking to study at a trusted university with strong values-based education? Welcome to Heritage Christian University, located in Accra and fully accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. At Heritage Christian University, we offer more than a degree. You will learn from experienced scholar practitioners, gain professional certifications, and enjoy en-suite hostel facilities in a safe, secure campus. We offer affordable programs in nursing, midwifery, computer science, multimedia, IT, communication, psychology, theology, and business administration. Enjoy hands-on learning, professional certifications, and top-up options for WAS, HND, and diploma holders. Mature students over 25 are also welcome. Admissions are open for January, March, and September. Get started today. Apply online at www.hcu.edu.gh. For enquiries, WhatsApp us on +233 547 777 731 or +233 202 298 399.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Baby, you
for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Would we see to bank be no lie. Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking ain't in me here any date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. They tell me office a chilly, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feel do I'm like us, do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first, treat you first. Somebody see yeah. Think about you first, think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Auntie T, I beg, fix me go betete Ghana. No gari, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no?
Problem no day. I feel handle am.
For Telecel, with the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want town. That star 530 hash, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel. Connecting energies.
Okay, I'll see you soon. Why, baby? Hey, my me say enra my boyfriend akwesi obo star 959 hash when the phone so. Na we win.
Anita, I don't want doggy parko.
Oh, one so. Akwesi asanso aba number 1. Yeah, mo adwen na ho. And then was so ye me show papa bi. Na me de toss me short sexy dress no. Na me say samiti. Na me ye me nails no so come on. Oh, no. Me fa uba. Make a do some small 1-2 rounds be answer me doing ho. Na we tria. Hey, Nana so he for order. So Chinese any wine papa bi. And they mean this I check no.
Hey, Anita.
Na sa ni mia when you hear TV bi no. I also say sound. No to prepared. Na me chilly AC mu. I no go fit sweat like that. See fine girl.
Hey, Anita.
Jesus.
Baby I want to know jina wa. Mr. Remember dial star 959 hash. Our iPhone na back to my no one gats nya usika so ate.
Sister, next time Kati call no what? Dial star 959 hash and I call 590mobile.com.gh. Not to be 590 mobile. Head down some.
Concerned about your health? Don't let uncertainty weigh you down. Get the clarity you deserve with SynLab. We offer fast, accurate, and reliable diagnostic testing, from routine blood work to advanced screenings. With over 5,000 tests and branches nationwide, SynLab delivers the trusted quality you've come to rely on. Our expert team uses cutting-edge technology to provide the answers you need so you can take control of your well-being today. Visit any SynLab branch. Call 0302-763-580 or 059-380-410 or 059-380-4101 or check out synlab.com.gh. SynLab, your trusted lab right where you are. SynLab, the new med lab. SynLab, test with the best.
Mensa Kamekao!
Now what so dear?
Hey, Charlie, what's it? Imagine buying your favorite gadget and driving home a sleek saloon car.
Oh, yes. With Max Buys You Shop, You Drive promo, every purchase brings you closer to amazing prizes.
Just shop any products from Max Buy
and stand a chance to win a sleek saloon car, TVs, smartphones, and more. Your next buy could make you a winner.
So what are you waiting for? Shop now and let's make your dream drivable with Max Buy.
Max Buy.
You shop, you drive. For further enquiries, call Max Buy on 054-401-9552. Terms and conditions apply.
This promo is being run by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
And I have the amazing Timothy Jikuno, JSED Consulting, in the studio for Effective Living Series. We are talking putting your small business house in order. Effective Living Series is brought to you by Petra Trust and Hallmark Freight and Consultancy Ghana Limited. Before we jump into that conversation, if you're looking for a best of flavor in every sip, please discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. We have Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, and Piva Orange. Piva Tangy. 0550-032-231 is the number to call. Piva Beverages is a taste you will love. Now, Litina Travels is taking Team Ghana to the biggest global football event on the planet. It's happening in America, Canada, and Mexico. Everything that's got to do with your safe and enjoyable travel to and fro the World Cup is sorted. So call them on 0205 229 553. Litina Travels is your gateway to the 2026 global football competition happening in the US, Mexico, and Canada. So let's say a very good morning to Timothy Jikunu.
Very, very good morning to you, Caleb.
It's good to see. I love your energy this morning. How are we doing?
We're good.
Fantastic. So we're talking about putting your small business house in order.
Exactly.
You know, for anytime you hear putting your house in order, it's like you can't die without it. Go and put your house in order.
You need to write your will.
But this one, before you get close,
exactly,
you still have to put your house in
Precisely.
order. Why is this conversation important?
Yes. So, Caleb, you'll agree with me that most of us are not oblivious of the fact that running SMEs in Ghana is a big challenge.
Extreme sports.
A lot of things come to play when we look at the realities that set in, like inflation, power cost, taxes, customer pressure.
My God.
Look, I tell you, your head would want to blow off.
Delivery guys would drive me crazy.
But quite often,
Yeah.
the external factors are not the issue.
Okay.
But the main issue is the internal disorder.
Oh, are you serious?
I'm telling you. So as a small business, quite often we tend to forget and think that, oh, once any small money comes in, I can just put it on my Momo and use it to sort out my other things. Forgetting that once you registered a company, you have some responsibilities to perform as
So
an
you're saying
entity.
tax people are not the main issue.
They are not at all.
Bad delivery guys are not the issue.
No.
Bad clients
at all.
Bad workers
At all.
Maybe bad spouses.
Okay, let me be careful.
Okay, sorry. So you're saying it's the internal.
The biggest problem is the internal disorder.
Okay.
So if your business records are weak,
Okay.
honestly, your business foundation is weak.
Wow.
So
the
it is-
records, even over the ECG, that is not
I
frequent.
tell you, if you keep proper records, you would have been able to know how much you spend on ECG on monthly basis.
Okay.
For which reason you can plan for it.
So
But
that
if
even if you have to make an alternative, you know how to
don't,
balance
you
it.
know how to balance it.
Okay.
But if you don't, then honestly, you are setting out on a weak foundation.
Right. Is that why you say records are not paperwork?
Records are not paperwork. They are power.
What do you mean?
Look, if you can't explain your numbers, someone else will. Who do you think that person will be usually?
The tax man.
I tell you, GRA will come at you.
Okay.
Look, GRA is there to ensure that you are compliant. See, if you are a small business and you see records to be accountant's issue, let me not worry my head over it. It's an end of year issue and stress. I don't want to get myself worn out over these things. Look, I tell you, at the end of the day, you are going to run down. So records actually tell you specifically where your money is leaking.
Okay.
It is not just what you sold, but you should be able to tell what comes in
and what's taking the
and
most.
what is taking the most out of it.
Okay.
And what are some of those things?
Tell
You
me.
need to ask yourself, who owes me
Okay.
that I need to chase at the end of this month or this week and collect my money?
Right.
Which customers pay late? For which reason my cash flow is not on a good foot?
Why is that important? So you delay supplying them or something?
You delay paying them. You don't go ahead and pay before the supply is made.
Okay.
Once you do that, it means you are giving out cash that you could have used to
For
turn
something
around
else.
the
Okay.
business and then rake in other monies.
Okay.
So which expenses are killing your business?
Right.
If you don't keep proper records, honestly, you would not have an idea of some of these things, and you may think you're running a business, but honestly, you are just creating stress for yourself. So a business without record is just driving blind.
Why to say that again? A business without records.
A business without record is driving blind.
Oh my God, that's a ditch is running into, right? And so what about sales? If I'm making a lot of sales, that's profit, right?
Look, don't deceive yourself. Don't deceive yourself. Money coming in does not mean money belongs to you. You may want to say, oh, this week I've been able to make sales of up to 10,000, 50,000.
Yeah.
Oh, the excitement is there. I'm happy. Thinking that is profit. Look, when you have money coming in, there are other things that you need to take care of and determine what remains, whether that serves as a profit for you or not. Let's look at this. Let me ask you a simple question, Caleb. So, have you ever received your salary at the end of the month, money credited to your account, but you felt broke?
Question for the gods. Question for the gods.
Yes.
Because I think, come now, mechanic take out.
Thank you. Your rent will take, utility will take, and what have you. So at the end of the day, school fees and things. So at the end of the day, what remains in the account, you turn and hold your chin and say, have I gone or have I come? So as a small business as well, you may have money in your accounts, but don't think all of that is profit. So there are other statutory obligations that you need to fulfill together with satisfying the demands of the business. So you need to pay your VAT, you need to pay your PAYE, you need to pay your suppliers, you need to pay your lease or your rent for the business and what have you. Many SMEs also make the mistake of spending VAT wrongly. VAT does not belong to you. You have set your price. You have set your desired profit and everything. Government says you are an agent for me. Put 20% on your income, and when you collect that, let me have it. Why do you go ahead and spend the money thinking that it's money that has come into the business, so you spend it? So profit is actually what remains after discipline, not after the excitement. The excitement is, oh, money has come in, I'm so happy.
So after you paid everyone, what you have left.
What you have left.
Then now it will make you prudent in your spending.
Very, very. It's very, very important. So let's take note of some of these things and don't jump into the excitement that money coming in automatically means profit, for which reason we even spend beyond our budget.
So there are shocks and surprises that jump at most SMEs who don't keep their house together.
Exactly.
What are some of those?
Some of these are having missing invoices. Having inconsistent VATs. Let me tell you a story. I have a client, or I know a small business. They have a few outlets, and they are registered for VAT. GRA walks into one of their outlets and decided to make a purchase. So when GRA made the purchase, they were like, okay, we are done. We've made payments. Then the shopkeeper says, okay, thank you. GRA was like, is that all? She says, yes. Then they are like, but we can see this VAT book on your table. What is it doing over there? Oh, my madam says if you come and buy and it's not up to a certain amount of money, I shouldn't issue VAT invoice for you. Wow. It triggered an audit. And Caleb, I tell you. So sometimes we make these mistakes. Once you are registered for VAT, even if the sale is 50 cedis, write it in the invoice book and remit it at the end of the day. So it is very important that we take note of some of these things. So sometimes GRA will estimate for you because you haven't kept your records well. And when they are doing this estimates, honestly, they are not generous. GRA will not be generous with the estimates. So taxes become predictable when your records are clean.
But Timothy, the records keeping, is it that hard? Is it not?
Caleb, record keeping should not be hard if only as a business owner you have made it a point to dedicate even 10 minutes of each day to put that house or that record in order. Because as a business owner, you need to understand that your business thrives on records. So if you don't have an idea of what exactly is coming in, what is going out, what you need to keep for government and other things, look, you wouldn't be able to have the right footing or understand where your business is going. So record keeping should not be hard.
Records are the lifeblood of the business.
I tell you, so just you like blood run through our veins.
Wow, very important. So you talk about why owner-dependent businesses struggle to scale or don't scale at all.
You will agree with me that in Ghana, a lot of the business, whether they are limited liability companies or sole traders, the owner does everything.
Once he travels or he's on leave, he's sick.
Look,
nothing works.
Nothing works. So if your business collapses when you travel, you don't own a business, you own a stress.
If your business collapses when you travel, you don't own a business.
You own a stress.
Come on.
Because as a business owner, you want to approve virtually everything. You want to keep all records in your head. You don't have any system in place. I want to ask you a simple question. If you don't have an Excel to even track your personal finance, would you be able to tell me how you spent your November salary?
November is far.
No, Caleb.
Charlie,
November was just 2 months away.
Charlie, it'll be problem.
Yes. So once you don't have any system in place, then it means you are creating a whole problem for yourself and for your business. And there are so many risks that come with this. You need to ask yourself, in my absence, can my staff answer basic financial questions without me?
Right.
If your staff are not able to answer these questions without you, then it means you're not running a business. And these things will lead to burnouts, to errors, to fraud, and what have you. So the systems will protect you from yourself.
The systems will protect you from yourself.
Precisely.
Wow. Because as a business person, you are like that. Someone says his pig has piglets, but sometimes the pig sleeps on the piglets and then kills the thing. So you can kill your own business. It is the systems and the records that will protect you from killing your own baby.
Own self, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
I like it. So what's the hack to survival?
So the hack to survival is discipline. Discipline is key. Quite often, we talk about profit as though it is everything. But profit is just theory. Cash flow is the reality.
Profit is theory.
Cash flow
is the reality.
Is the reality.
Why do you say that?
So profit is just a paper figure that you see. When you are reporting your book's profits, you would have reported your income, put together your historical cost, everything, net it from it, and know that I have made this amount of money on paper. But when you go to your bank account, you see that money in your account. Once you don't see it, then it is just theory. So the lifeblood, which is the cash flow, is the ability of the business to breathe.
Right. And then there are some common mistakes that we make.
A lot. Giving long credits without tracking is one of the mistakes. Paying suppliers before collecting the goods.
They must always deliver before you pay.
Deliver before you pay. So
sometimes you just want to sort things and you have peace of mind, but you must make sure they deliver before you pay.
They must deliver before you pay.
You should have told me this earlier.
So a profitable business actually can die from poor cash flow.
Right.
So it is very important.
Despite being very profitable today, if you have poor cash flow, it will die.
It will die.
Oh dear.
Yes.
So small habits that compound into big stability.
Precisely. So usually when it comes to this, I recommend for people to read James Clear's Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits.
That book is just power. Look, discipline beats intelligence in business.
Right.
No matter what.
Right.
So simple habits may include daily expense capture.
Right.
Make it a point, I said it earlier, that let me spend just 10 minutes of my day.
Right.
Even if I'm keeping everything in my head, 10 minutes of my day, sit behind my computer, write it down. Or put it in an Excel form. So when I go and come back, I know I have been able to keep something. You should have daily expense capture. If you can't do all by yourself, get somebody else to assist you. And you should have weekly invoice follow-ups. You may have issued invoices to some clients. Takes a very long time for you to even follow up and chase payment for those invoices. If you don't, then it means you are going to be losing out on cash.
So I see that you are putting a lot of focus on routine and not perfection.
Routine, because the habits are small. But it is when you are consistent with it that will generate the results for you.
So there's some confidence you get when you create a structure, some system, right?
Look, it makes you even have a settled mind. You know very well that the systems are in place. Things are running the way they should. So it is not mostly about perfection. You shouldn't be an accountant before you can put your records together.
I like that.
It is just about routine. So I usually say that 10 minutes a day saves 10 days of stress later.
10 minutes a day saves 10 days of stress later.
That's it.
I like that. So when you have those structures, how does it help when you go to bankers or you meet investors? How does it come in to help?
Caleb, if you should come into my business and say you want to put money or invest into my business, what are some of the things you ask me to show you?
I want to see your books.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Your
So
statements, your reports.
exactly.
Compliance.
So organized businesses attract better customers, banks, and then partners.
Right.
When you walk to a bank that you are looking for a facility to expand your business or to scale, what the bank will be asking you is, Mr. Jikino, can you show me your statements? Even if you saved with other banks, I want to see your statement for the last 1 year or 3 years. Or let me see your audited financial statements for the past 3 years and see how your business tracked. When an investor comes in, quickly they want to see your numbers. How are your numbers looking like? Is it worth investing into the company? When GRA or the statutory agencies come in, all they are looking for is what? Compliance.
So it helps even in your negotiations.
Precisely. You have the power. So without a structure, you always guess.
I get it.
And you negotiate from weakness if you don't have structure. So order gives you negotiating power.
Order gives you negotiating power.
Precisely.
And that comes from routinely keeping your books.
Exactly.
And you're saying that routine is better than perfection.
Precisely.
I love it. Future-proofing your business.
Yes.
How do we do that?
Yes. We are trying to put our house in order
Absolutely.
as small businesses. Look, sometimes once you make small money, you think, I need to open another outlet at Adabraka. Or I need to open another outlet. Probably I have a small clothing shop at East Legon. Osu, I learned a lot of the foreigners run that street. So let me go and open another branch over there, thinking you are expanding your business. But
so you say a serial entrepreneur.
Oh yeah, I tell you. But remember, once you do that, it is not just expanding the business, but it exposes your weaknesses as well. Because growth increases taxes, scrutiny, and then complexity. So you ask yourself, if your business doubles tomorrow, are your systems ready? We spoke about systems that will protect you from yourself already. So if your business is expanding, do you have the systems in place to accommodate all of that?
Oh, then we have to fix the foundation before we get to the roof.
Thank you. It is therefore very important to fix the foundation before adding floors. It's just like building a house. How do you start building a house from superstructure if you don't have the foundation properly laid?
That's wild.
Yeah.
Amazing. So we are talking putting your SME house in order. We've learned so much so far. I'm sure as you're doing the listening, you are taking your own notes as well. Timothy Jikuno is my guest today on Effective Living Series. Growth exposes weakness, it doesn't fix it, because growth will increase scrutiny, it will increase taxes and complexity. So if your business doubles tomorrow, are your systems ready? Fix the foundation before adding the floor, the roof. Order gives you negotiating power, and discipline beats intelligence in business. Profit is theory, cash is reality. If your business collapses when you travel, you don't own a business, you own stress. Systems protect you from yourself. My goodness. So, Timothy, what do we need to know in closing, and how can we reach you also?
Yes. So, Caleb, a business in order is a business at peace.
Right.
So once your systems are in place, you have every record properly kept.
Right.
When any official walks into your premises, you know you are ready to actually give them whatever they are looking
There's
for.
no panic.
There's no panic.
You don't run away and tell your children when they come, tell them I'm not in the house.
not in the house.
And the child will say, "Mama, miss me, but you say only few."
So it is very important to maintain clean records.
Right.
That is key in every business that we run. And you need to have tax clarity, understand what taxes you should pay as a small business owner. Sometimes you are not stupid. GRA, we have the new VAT law coming into effect just recently, the Act 1151. It has given or increased the threshold for retail businesses that if you make sales of up to 750,000 cedis, then you are registered on VAT. If you make below that, you don't register. But you are a small business in the retail space. You make sales of just up to 20,000 or 30,000 a month, and then you have gone to register for VAT. And when the responsibility is on you to remit the payment of the VAT, you begin to cry.
So the knowledge,
The knowledge is
Timothy,
very
if
key.
we reach you, you can help us, right?
I can't always
so
do that.
JSET Consulting, what do you do? How can you help us?
So at JSET Consulting, our main business at JSET Consulting is to be able to provide technology-enabled accounting, tax, and finance management services that deliver full regulatory and statutory compliance, strong financial governance and controls, accurate decision-ready financial reporting, and embedded advisory support services to guide growth.
Timothy,
of small
we
businesses.
need you so much. Before you give us your final words, give us your numbers or your handle so we can stay in touch with you.
So JSET, we are on Facebook at JSET Consulting. We are on Instagram as well at JSET Consulting. And you can reach us on 0206 01 0111 0206 01 0111. We are located at 13 Atawadiko Street, Ashaliboche Third Gate, just behind Ashaliboche Third Gate Pharmacy.
Okay, that's beautiful. Let's take your final words before you take leave of us. What should we know in putting our SME's house together in 2026?
Good. So, simply put, don't wait for penalties to learn discipline. Tools, systems, and habits exist to make this easier. And the key is to start. So we have simple tools like Namex accounting, which you can use. And finally, before you chase growth, put your house in order.
Before you chase growth, put your house in order. Timothy Jikuno is the CEO, the big man at JSET Consulting. Thank you so much for helping us put our house together. That was Effective Living Series brought to you by Petra Trust and Hallmark Freight and Consulting Ghana Limited. Freight forwarding just go easier with Hallmark Freight and Consulting Ghana Limited. Our attention to details prevents customers from ever having to pay demurrage, ocean freight, air freight, custom clearance, logistics, warehousing, project cargo, ex-works, and brick bulk. You will have your air freight delivered in less than 24 hours, sea freight in less than 48 hours, and land freight in just 4 hours. Our offices are on the 4th floor of Allied Heights, Abelinkwe or Cargo Village Airport. 0501471599 is the number. HallmarkFreightGH.org is where to visit. Hallmark Freight and Consultancy Ghana Limited, your trusted and reliable partner. Now, if you have a car, talk to Provident Insurance. They offer comprehensive third-party fire and theft and third-party only motor insurance with fast, stress-free claim payments. Insure from January to March and you enjoy free coupons, exclusive branded souvenirs, and terms and conditions apply. Visit any of our 16 branches nationwide. Call us on 050-937-4928 for enquiries. ProvidentGH.com is where to visit online. With Provident, man, you are covered. Central University is calling prospective applicants to apply for admissions to the 2025-2026 academic year. At Central University, we believe aligning you with who you are is at the heart of our academic journey. We offer IT and engineering, architecture, design, planning, business, economics, communications, pharmacy, nursing, public health, law, and many others. Our graduate programs include PhD Finance, MBA, MPhil, MSc, and MA programs. WASI applicants are invited to try our program eligibility. Check out on our website. Central University, raising virtuous and transformational leaders for our world. My name is Caleb Kuda. Many thanks for doing the listening. Sheba Arba Benning is here with the news at 10. Good morning, Sheba.